Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. I apologize to Patrick. I've already told him once, but I sat down, was all ready. I like to go on about 10 minutes or so before the show just to make sure we have everything set up right. And I'm the one who didn't have her thing set up right. So that was my fault. Patrick probably had a little bit of a heart attack, but
I've never used Restream before, so I actually logged in really early just to make sure I didn't have to do anything, weird on my end. And so then as it was getting closer and closer,
it's
I'm like,
me.
well, usually she would log in early.
No.
Am I on the wrong one?
No, it was totally me. It was totally me. Wednesdays are crazy for me because I vlog and I try to get that video edited. So sometimes I'm like, I'm on a one track mind, but I really like Restream. I think the picture quality is a little bit better. The only drawback is it's not at least at this point, it isn't cell phone friendly if you're going to be a recorder. It's
Oh,
made
okay.
for streaming. So you need to have a second device. That's like the only issue. But welcome to Wednesday, guys. Welcome. I see a lot of our friends here. We've got Deb and Catherine. Oh, Canada. Sandra is here. Randy girl. Penny Sue. Angela. Michelle. Tiger. So I tried to restream. My guests never showed up on the same page. They have their own page. Yeah,
Right.
I think I do pay for restream, so I don't know if it's maybe a subscription issue. They have invited me to come to some kind of a thing. So I might go to that and then it can help me give information to other people as well. I think the picture quality is better. And it doesn't seem to be as glitchy as StreamYard.
That's
But
nice.
welcome to Wednesday. I'm really excited to have Patrick here. Patrick, Trusty Huckster Mercantile, is my guest seller today. All of his information is linked down in the description below, so you can follow him on YouTube or subscribe to him on YouTube and follow him on Instagram as well. So make sure that you go on and do that. We have 20 items each here today that we are going to offer. And we're going to do them offer up. Patrick, do you have any straight claim items or are you trying all offer up today?
I've never done offer ups before, but I am doing most all offer ups. But I think I've got two that are not offer ups.
That sounds great. So we will be implementing the just in case. And I'm not sure if Jay is here. Jay does such an eloquent job of describing just in case. It's kind of like in my mind, I know what it is, but I have a hard time getting all of my words out. So basically, during the countdown only, you can put in a just in case. And I cannot stress enough to make sure that your just in case is a number that you are comfortably okay with paying. If you put in some way big inflated number, sometimes you end up paying that way big inflated number. So just make sure that you're putting in your just in case. It's sort of like eBay. You're putting something in on eBay and then you kind of forget about it for a little while. There she
There
is.
it is.
There she is. Oh, now why my mouse is not? There he is. There's Jay. So it's just a way to help compensate for the lag. All right. Yeah, Patrick is doing offer ups. He's gonna give it a try and
We're gonna
see.
give it a try.
He's gonna give it a.
If
That's the
I'm going to
thing
do it,
from
I'm going to
selling.
do it with the master. I'm going to do it with the person who
Well,
trained me and everything else. I'll have her train me on this too.
with reselling, we're always trying to change and flow. We're kind of making things to where it's trial and error and we kind of see what works for us and what doesn't work for us. And everybody has a sale and they all have things done a different way. But that's the beauty of this community. We are all different companies and different businesses, and we have our different ways and different things of doing that. So just keep that in mind. But you will need to send each of us your information. So send it at my email address is right underneath my picture. Patrick is right underneath his as well, and it's also in the description. We will need some information from you. We will need your actual name and your YouTube name if it's different. We'll need your full shipping address and your PayPal email. We only accept PayPal, so you can check out as a guest. We can pay with your credit card and debit card. It is a secure way for both us as a seller and you as a buyer to do a transaction on the internet. But it is very imperative that you do send us each your information. If I don't have it, then it's kind of we're busy. Patrick works a full-time job. I'm doing this. I'm have a lot of stuff going on, and Patrick has to track me down to get your information. That kind of takes up time that he doesn't have and that I don't have. So just send us each out an email if you haven't already. All right, so Patrick, I'm going to swap sides here a little bit. So when I do make you big, you'll be on the correct side.
Okay.
And me do a little bit of start bids. So I will say, since this is Patrick's first time doing offer ups, we're going to be kind. We're going to, we're going to be right in there with him. Start bids at, and I'm going to do my best also to make sure that I'm watching my phone so I can get the real time so Misty doesn't make a mistake, because people have lined up yesterday to smack me with wet noodles because I made a mistake. So no more noodle smacking today.
We're all human. We make mistakes. I'm sure I will as well. But this will be fun. It's
We
different.
do.
I always like trying something different.
Yeah, and we have our eyes and our hands in 5 different locations when we're
Exactly.
doing these
So I'm
sales.
also, when I'm looking down, I'm looking at the chat. I've also got the chat on the side, but I have not used to, how the time lag, like how that works. So
Yeah,
kind of like comparing notes here.
it is a little bit. Now, Patrick, I will be putting the offers as they come on my screen on the screen. So you'll be able to see when a new offer comes in.
Okay.
All right. And then when the bids start slowing down a little bit, or since I'm kind of used to the pace, I may say, all right, Patrick, you have a high bid at so-and-so, and we can
That'd
start
be
counting
great.
it down.
And we'll do the
So
countdown.
I know that sometimes is like it's a weird pause when you're trying to figure that out. So I'll help you along with there as
Go
well.
with the flow.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. I'm going to make you big, and
Oh, look at
you're
that.
You're up.
Big boy. All right. So I'm going to start out with something that I don't typically had never offered before. For people that are familiar with my channel, I've just recently started getting into jewelry, and it's because of Katie from Vintage and Vinyl, who's also in the chat. She has been educating me and watching Miss Dolores, watching her channel. And I came across a couple of pieces that I'll be offering tonight. And this is obviously a brooch, hashtag bring back the brooch.
Right.
Or in my and Tiger's case, we are hashtag bring back the hat pin. So that's what we're working on. But this is an Emmons brooch. Now, until I started talking to Katie about it, I had no idea what Emmons was. So it is signed. Hopefully you can see it there, right there on the, it's upside down, but right there on the stem. And I'm going to start this piece at $25. It has a very nice wide, the brooch, the pin itself is actually very wide, so it'll have a nice gather, so it'll stay nice and sturdy when you put it on whatever piece of clothing you put it on. It's also, if you can kind of see it there, there's some really nice curve, like depth in there. So you'd be able to put this onto a scarf or something and gather up quite a bit of fabric and have a really nice drop knot that's coming into this one. All of the stones, including the smallest ones, are all prong set. So that's one of the things that, as I don't recognize the brand names, it's some of the things that Katie's been trying to teach me to watch for the actual pieces, how they're manufactured. Every stone has been prong set, including that tiny little one down at the corner of the leaf. And on the back, you've got the closed back on most of the round stones and all the small ones. And actually the marquee shaped, the clear stones are actually open. So you get some really nice light refracting off of those without the foil backing. You also don't have to worry about them losing their luster or tarnishing or becoming dead, because you've got nothing that can kill the color from the background. So hopefully you've got a nice piece there. I forgot to measure it.
Katie was saying that these Emmons ones, you had to they're exclusive. Like you needed to attend a party or you had to be invited to a party to buy them.
That is one of the things that so I did a little digging as well. So it was one of those kind of like a high-end Tupperware party. You could only get them through a private invitation to a party. They weren't sold through department stores or anything like that. They started in 1949. And what I researched was when they're stamped like that, it dates them from 1949 to 1955. After 1955, they started doing paper tags. So you've got some great mid-century modern timing on this piece. Some beautiful color in this one. You've got kind of a smoky color to the larger stones. The smaller ones are giving almost like a greenish tourmaline color. and then the clear, almost more the white rhinestones that have the backing. And you can see the difference on the bigger ones because there's no backing. It kind of gives it a different appearance. They're all there. They're all locked in nicely with their prong set. It's in great condition. The clasp is in great condition. I even like the touch. They put a brace here between the two stems of the leaf so that you don't run the risk of one of them bending backwards or, you know, getting caught on your sweater or something like that.
Do you know, do they glow? Do the stones glow?
You know what? I actually didn't test this one. So let me try that really quick. I'm like super bright light right now. So no, does not look like any of them are glowing.
Oh man, they kind of just look like they would.
Yeah,
which
no,
is
they
weird.
should.
It's a sign of quality.
It is, and it does. To me, it just looks like a really high quality piece. I picked up a couple from the same seller, and this was the one I picked first because it just had that showy, probably giving a little bit more of an autumnal look. But you know, winter's still here, so you've got some of the brownish colors. It is gold tone as opposed to silver tone, but again, in fantastic condition. And beautiful. It's a decent size. I just measured it and I forgot to say what it was. It's the widest part. It's about a little over 3 inches wide, about 3 inches wide. And then top to bottom, it's about 1 3/4 inches tall.
Okay. Katie says Emmons was founded in 1949 and the year they also found that was and the year they also found that Sarah Coventry.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Jay. So I have Patrick's email wrong in the description. So go by the email that's in Patrick's under his picture, and Jay is going to put in the correct one as we go. But I'll correct it when the video.
Yeah, sorry if I gave you a wrong one before. So it's just THM Vintage.
Yeah. Hi, Larry. I see Belinda Broussard has the high bid of 27.
Excellent. Belinda's a new name for me. This is one of those weird things doing this during the day. One, I had a hardest time setting up my lights because I never record during the day. I do have a day job, so I'm not usually doing vintage stuff. And all of a sudden I turned my lights the way they normally were. And I was like on the surface of the sun. So I'm like, okay, wait, how do I adjust this and actually still have good lighting to show you the pieces?
It's looking really good. It looks really good, Patrick.
So we'll see as the light continues to move along my side, we'll see how it changes throughout the course of the afternoon, but we'll get things started out. So are we at a point to be able to?
Yep, you can start counting down from 15.
All right, so we're going to start the countdown of 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is the close to going to, looks like, until we see the bid end.
There might be, hi Jamie, there's a little bit of a lag. So there might be some people put in a just in case and all that kind of stuff. But remember, guys, that during the countdown is when you can throw out your just in case. And I see the bid in from Tiger. Thank you, Tiger.
Thank you, Tiger.
Belinda Broussard wins that beautiful brooch for $27.
Awesome. Thank you, Belinda. So again, I think you're new to me, so just send me your info and I will, I ship out of Chicago. I didn't mention that in the beginning. And I will be starting to do the invoicing hopefully tonight, but it will definitely be done by this weekend. So you will not have to wait long for me to do that.
Patrick is really good on his shipping. He is another seller that I highly recommend if you want to purchase something from that will get your items out to you in a very timely manner. And Patrick is shipping from Chicago. I am shipping from Indiana. So we're just kind of little neighbors there, right there in the middle. And I don't think I mentioned either, but Tiger is doing our bid ending today. I can't remember if I said that, but thank you so much in advance, Tiger and Jay. And I
didn't see any other just in cases other than Belinda's. So Belinda gets it for the 27.
Yep. Congratulations.
Great. Bye, Belinda.
All right, so my first item is something that I just picked up recently, and I think that he's adorable. I love salt and pepper shakers, and I tend to find the ones that are just kind of a little different and weird. And he is a little bellhop. Now, they did make these later on with a little blue hat, and this is the orange hat or red cap guy, I guess you could call him. And so he is a little bit of an older one. You know what, Patrick? We didn't talk about the giveaway. We'll break here in a minute when I sell this thing, and we'll talk about the giveaway. But here he is. He's got a little red cap and orange pants. He is a little bellhop holding the suitcases. And what's cool about him is that he is all one piece. So he's a salt and pepper shaker. I'm starting him at $12. He is a salt and pepper shaker, but he's all one piece. So each side of his little suitcases here have their own individual stopper, and each side has 5 holes, which is very confusing because you're going to forget which one's salt and which one's pepper because they're the same amount of holes. But I loved his cute little face and his little curls. So he stands 4 inches tall. Just a sweet little addition to a salt and pepper collection. Oops, sorry, Deb. Deb got the first 12. Or just a little figurine. And I like his coloring. Again, he is a little bit more autumnal, like Patrick had mentioned that in one of his brooches, but he's great for spring too because of his little yellow jacket. But a cute little fella. I thought that he was cute. All right, Misty Mountain Magic, I see you at 15. I do have my little thing here today. We'll see if we can do this. I still need to get me a little rubber mat to prevent slipping, but we're going to be careful and do this today while we're holding him up. All right, I see Misty Mountain, you are at 15. I'm going to go ahead and start counting him down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Ooh, I got him really close there for you too, guys. Sorry about that. There he is. Little fella. I loved him. And all right, so I'm seeing we have a little bit gnarly of a lag there, Patrick, because that was a little bit of time to be wasted, not wasting, but waiting for the bid end. So I see that Deb Lepley had the highest just in case of 21. Southern Buckeye had a just in case of 32. So that will go to Southern Buckeye for $22 because you will win it for $1 over the highest bid or highest just in case. Thank you so much, Southern Buckeye.
Okay, we did not compare any notes. We did not talk about what we were going to be
Misty was
selling.
late.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. But I'd already pulled all my stuff, and guess what I have? A bellhop.
That's hilarious.
This is it wasn't going to be my next item, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got to pull out the bellhop.
I like yours more. Well, hang on before you sell him. Let's talk about our giveaway really quick.
Oh yes,
because I also forgot about that. So Patrick and I each have a little something that we're going to be doing as a giveaway. The giveaway will be offered to people who, if you purchase something from me, then you're eligible to win the giveaway that I'm giving away. If you purchase something from Patrick, then you are eligible to get his giveaway. Patrick, do you want to talk about yours first?
I will say I will be doing a giveaway. One of the things all buyers today will get one of my coasters. You just get that automatically as a buyer from me, which looks like this. So I've got a Trusty Huckster Mercantile coaster. Nice. I've got a thing for coasters. So, then I don't know what your gift will be, so I might customize it.
Oh, do you want me to show you mine first? You want me to show you mine? Okay. So mine is a Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter sticker. They're great for your laptop, great for your tumblers. And then I have a piece of vintage ephemera, Sweetie Patootie selected vegetables. So this is just a blank carton sticker that would have been wet, and then it would go on a shipping crate. And I love these girls on it. And then just something little fun and quirky is this cute little angry bird single shaker with the jeweled eyes. Look, he's the early bird, but he is not happy about it. He got his worm, but he still isn't the happiest little bird. So that is the 3 items that I'm giving away to one person that purchases something from me today.
Well, and as inspiration, I also have the little labels. I don't have them within reach, but I also have some fruit labels.
Awesome.
And so that'll be I have probably 2 or 3. I'll do a set, and I'll make that as my giveaway.
Your giveaway is going to be a mystery.
Yes, it's basically going to be a mystery giveaway. And, there's a couple things depending on what you buy. I could throw some stuff in that might expand the collection. We shall see.
Nice. You just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, because it's something, again, I've never done that. So this is new. So I'm figuring it out.
Love it. I know that is Kreiss. I know Southern Buckeye. I collect Kreiss, but I I've had him for a while, so it's time to move him on. It's time for him to go to a new home.
And I do see some conversation in the chat. There was a question about my email address. I do
Yeah.
have 2 email addresses for people that were confused with that. Just for this one, the simplest is THMvintage. It'll be corrected in the description, and it's being
Yep.
dropped in the chat by multiple
Yep.
people. So just go with the flow, and we'll figure it all out.
Yep.
So what I have is my own Bellhop, and
I
this
love
is
that.
actually coming out of my personal collection. I do not smoke, but I, for some reason, had developed a Tobacconista collection of cigarette holders, and that is what he is.
Oh,
So
I love
he
him.
was, some people said he was the Philip Morris guy. I
Yes.
did find some references saying that he was Philip Morris, but there's no indication necessarily that that's who did it. It's just marked made in Japan. There are some comps of what this is sold for. So he is starting at $25.
Yeah,
So
he's
he
a
has
good one.
a nice large size that would hold cigarettes, but you can use it to hold anything you want. It can hold coins. You can see the depth in there. Has a, probably would have held about a pack of cigarettes. I don't own a pack of cigarettes, so I couldn't test to see if that actually is what fits in there. But he is just this great shape. He is in perfect condition. For people that know me, I don't really have anything in my collection that's going to have any damage to it. So he's coming out of my collection as a perfect piece, and he's coming out because I'm running out of space.
Well,
So he
we
is
all know
being
how that is.
absolutely. So he's being retired, and he's going to go to a good home. He's got this beautiful transferware design on the
Oh,
front
I
of
love
of
him.
the flowers. Now, I did do a little bit of digging. I found only one example of him that did have a lid, but the lid didn't seem to fit right, and it had a dog on it, and it made it
Oh,
really tall.
yeah.
So I don't know, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think he ever had a lid.
I don't think he would have, because I think he would have been very cumbersome to then have to lift the lid, then take out the cigarette, and then put the lid back on. So but I'm being 100%, I'm trusty. I'm a huckster, but I'm trusty.
Do,
So I'm
do
just
you
saying,
think that that would hold like single cigarettes, or do you think it would hold packs? I
I
wonder.
think it would have held the single cigarettes.
Okay,
I think it holds enough that you could have put a full pack in
a full
there.
pack in there.
Yeah, I would say it would hold like 15 to 20, I think, size wise. But if you're not a smoker, this could hold your change. It could hold your keys. It could hold whatever you want, because it's a decent size. The opening is, here's
Or
like a test. I don't even know.
we don't do change, so I'm going to count your offer as a $35 offer and not 35.555.
So the opening is just under 3 inches, and then you can hold 2 inches width. So basically it's like 2 by 3. So I'm assuming that's the size of a standard cigarette, but
Yeah, Jan said it would be great for a business card holder too. That's a really
oh,
good
that's a great
idea.
idea. I wonder if I have any of my business cards nearby. Don't think I do.
Southern Buckeye, the countdown just when we start doing the countdown is when you can do just in case. So unless you want to throw in a bid of 47, wait until the countdown, right? I'm going to keep it at 40.
I see one of my business cards. So wait, I apologize while I go into 3D for a second. All right, he's a little bit narrow. You'd have to do vertical business cards.
But he's like, look, I'm just peeking over your business.
Yeah, he's just speaking over the top, like, hello.
He's
So that's
great.
a great idea, though. I didn't even think of that for business cards. But him sitting like right on your end table, or right on the table as you go out the door. I think you could hold your keys, could hold your cell phone. It could hold all kinds of fun stuff.
I think it's
And
great.
Blackberry Thistle tea. I think you're right. Cigarettes probably were smaller back in the day because they didn't have the filter.
Yep.
So I think it would. I just don't know how many people needed to hold cigarettes. So I'm going to be selling the rest of my cigarette collection as well, the cigarette holders, but he was the only figural one.
Do you know what else he could hold, Patrick? Brooches. You could
There
hold
you
your
go.
brooches.
You put one of the little wire flower frogs underneath there, and you could hold ephemera. He'd be a tiny little ephemera bowl.
He's great. He can hold so many things, guys.
Melody
So
saying could
many
hold
things.
food. Absolutely. Put peanuts. You can sit there right next to you and
Roll your own to fit. Yeah, well, no judgment there. You can do what you need to do. Would mattress
and
it?
yeah, you could definitely hold matches. So like I said, I don't know why he originally came up with the reference that he was the Philip Morris guy, unless they were the ones that first designed him. I mean, I
Well,
don't.
the Philip Morris guy, that was like their iconic. Um, was the
Was he a
bellboy.
bellhop? Okay.
Hmm.
I found lots of references to it, but I couldn't find any history to it.
Yeah,
So,
I have a couple of Philip Morris signs. Well, I did.
oh,
I
okay.
think I've sold them. Yeah, sweet and low packets. The possibilities are
Oh,
endless,
the sweet and
guys.
low packets. Oh, I like that. That's a great idea.
Possibilities are endless. Well, Patrick, he's at $47. You want to go ahead and start counting him
We can do
down?
the countdown. So we had Heather at 47. We're going to do the
Yep.
countdown: 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are done. So we will watch for Tiger's
Well,
bid
Ricky, he
end.
could hold prophylactics. He could. He absolutely could. So Lori has a just in case of 85. Southern Buckeye has a just in case of 56, which brings 56 to the at the highest bid as of this point. And there's a bid in, so it will go to Lori Galloway for $57. Using that
Okay.
just in
Thank you for
case.
maneuvering me through that one, because that
I
actually
know
did.
until you get the hang of it, it is a little tricky, and especially at the end when you get a lot of them.
Okay, so that
You
was
have to
because
kind
there's two just in cases. That's why
right.
okay. I get
Yeah.
it. All
The
right.
high
Thank you
bid.
very much, Lori. I hope you give him a good home,
Oh,
and
she will.
I'm sure you'll enjoy him. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the just in cases can turn into bids if there's more than one. That's why I always say be careful when you throw out because sometimes that happens. But that was well worth it because he was really cool,
Yeah.
very cool. All right, so I am selling a lot of advertisement and tins. I have a little collection I've created over there, and so I'm going to start pulling them out. Some of them I'm kind of waiting until the weather changes a little bit because I have a lot of ice cream related things. But this is the first kind of an advertisement tin, and it is Floral Elegance, the gardenia from the Goodman Chemical Company. Now, the tin itself is a little rusty and crusty. I will leave that up to you whether or not you want to polish it. I know my dad will. It bugs him. He wants them to be like he polishes them and cleans them, but I kind of like them in their state that I find them in. But look at that font and then the beautiful fence around it. It does have some pitting and some rusting in it, but this was made in Brooklyn, New York. And I'll kind of pan down because it's kind of a taller tin and it's full. It still has the powder
Oh
inside.
wow.
I'm going to start this at $12. The tin itself stands about well, it is 8 inches tall. And look at the cap. And it has this beautiful 1930s green. The thing that's nice about this tin is if you have a couple of them in your bathroom displays, it's nice to have some ones of variant sizes. And this is a nice tall size. So you can kind of, alter the sizes of
Something in the background.
yeah. And I'll show you all sides. It's very tall. So that's why I'm trying to show it to you so you can see all sides. But it has this really maybe the black will be better. This really pretty green and yellow striping. And it has
So
a
is it all
gardenia.
florals on one side, and then what's on the opposite side?
It's the same
Is it this?
on both sides.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw a
And
cat when you turned it the one
no,
way.
that would be funny.
Yeah.
This is a black or like a really dark blue flower on both sides. There we go. All right, so I see Valerie is at 17. Whoops. Valerie is at 17. Oh, thank you, Kim. I like these two. I have some that are very similar. These are more purple than pink. I have another set that are pink, but I love that lid. It's just like the little things that they just don't do on packaging nowadays. They don't put this much time and design into these packaging, and I love them.
And it's
All
a
right, so
mystery because it'd be so much easier to do now.
I know, right? It doesn't make any sense, and I don't know, but it is full, and I can't smell anything really, but you can screw this lid off. Well, in theory, there we go. And see, it's still got the powder inside. Oh, it's gonna be blurry. We're gonna be blurry today. Well, trust me. Can I make it a little choo-choo train? No.
So Colleen just took it to 19.
All right. So Colleen and now Annie's attic or Anne's attic. I'm gonna do that every time, Anne. It's Anne, not Annie. I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I tried to smell it. Didn't smell like anything. So I do have another powder tin that it smells like Gam Gam all day long. All right, so here are some bids coming in while we wait for the bid end. I see okay, there's the bid end. I'm going to look at my phone. So I see that Marilyn had a just in case of 26. She had the first just in case of 26, but there were two. So that means Marilyn Rutledge, you will get the 10 for $26. Thank you so much. Since there were two 26 bids, and then they equal each other out. Thank you, Marilyn.
And seeing the tin made me think about, I decided what the giveaway will be. I'll do the label too, because some people might like the label. But for those who are familiar with my channel, I have a very scarce number left of my vintage maxi pads. So I will
I have a box.
You do have a box. So at one point when I go small, I will run and grab one. But that will be the giveaway. So people will, if that motivates anyone. But my next item, I have several pieces of glass. If you follow my channel, I collect glass myself.
Ooh.
I have a lot of glass in my personal collections, and I like to buy and sell it. This was a piece that I absolutely loved. So we're moving into true antique glass, probably Bohemian, Eastern Europe. It is a cased glass that has full cobalt on the inside, but the outside, the white case, the milk glass on the outside has been cut to the cobalt. So unfortunately, because I'm so well lit, it's kind of hard to tell. But if you hold this up to the light, you can see the cobalt shining through. So I tried to take a couple of pictures of it, which I can show on my phone. So you can see that is the light coming from the outside in.
Yeah, it's cut to blue instead of cut to clear.
Cut to blue. So basically the blue is on the inside and the white is on the outside. And so they cut through the white to make those bullseyes to reveal that. And you can see from this view how thick that cobalt blue lining is.
Thick with 2 C's thick.
Yes. So that's what they've done. So kind of following it around. This one has the rose painted, and I'm starting this one at 15. So this one is 1 on the bottom, 1 bullseye cut into the bottom. Then as you turn it, there's less decoration, and you've got the double bullseye, and then the backside still has the rose with the bullseye, and then the other double. Lovely. So it's decorated on all 4 sides.
If you put a tea light candle in there, battery operated tea light, that would be stunning, I think.
So I tried to put a regular tea light in it, and it is just a smidge too big. So if you got one of the smaller battery powered ones, it probably would look and it would flicker amazingly. Unfortunately, I didn't have that, because that was exactly what I wanted to do, was show once this lit from the inside, that blue would just absolutely pop. I mean, it's a gorgeous piece. It's over 100 years old, so you have to forgive a little bit of the gold has worn a little bit on the edges. But what's amazing to me is, I'm going to hold this as best I can. There are no flea bites to this at all. It is an absolutely pristine condition. And the gold also got accented to the bottom. That's in slightly better condition. And I'm wondering if maybe this was used more as like a toothpick holder or something.
Yeah, so it probably was.
Like fingers touching the gold, which was making that wear out a little bit more. So the bottom's a little bit better. And then you've got it's white all the way around. So you've got the cased glass with that gorgeous cobalt in the middle.
And I'm telling you, any of the Bohemian or Czechoslovakia, the cut to clear, and this is cut to blue, is is increasing in popularity by leaps
And
and bounds right now.
and this also speaks for the quality of what they were capable of doing back then. Look how well those were cut. These would have been wheel cut. These would have had absolutely pristine, stable hands,
Yeah.
sturdy. There's no wavering. There's no
Mhm.
like wavy lines within it. They just did a beautiful job. And then the painting is also gorgeously done.
Hand
You know,
painted, yeah.
you've got the boho chic, you've got, cozy cottage chic,
Cottage
whatever.
core.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got that dark blue, which just pops against the really
I love it. This
pastel
is a
roses.
unique and gorgeous piece.
So Pamela is asking if I have any more. Unfortunately, this was a standalone piece. I did pick this up at an estate sale, but it was the only one they had. So I don't know if this would have been part of maybe a vanity set or something broader. Unfortunately, this was the only piece that I had.
It would be lovely for makeup brushes too,
Mm-hmm. So
or
I think
Q-tips.
we've had some good activity on it, but I think we can start
Mhm.
counting it down.
Okay.
So it looks like you've got Connie at 36. So we'll
Yep.
count it down from 15, 15, 14, 13, 12. Why do I have a problem counting out loud backwards?
It's a talent that
11.
takes
It's
some
like I'm moving my
getting used to.
hands and I'm
I
counting. This
know.
is hard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are done with the Bohemian glass.
All right. So we see Connie had a just in case of 40, but then I see Helen has a just in case of 42. So that brewing, we're waiting on the bid in now. Oh,
And
but
Connie's
Connie has a bid of
going at
43.
43.
And there is the bid end. So Connie wins that beautiful piece for $43. That's gorgeous. I love that.
Thank you so much, Connie, for picking that up.
Beautiful. I saw that someone was asking too about international. I will ship internationally. I'm not sure, Patrick, if you
I will
are.
ship internationally if you're willing to pay for it.
That's what I was gonna say. The shipping can be fierce, but honestly, I have shipped things to New Zealand and to Australia, and it's been cheaper than shipping it to Canada. So yes. So if you are buying internationally, yes, we will both ship to you as long as we're able to. But just know that it's and honestly, just kind of know going into it that it's going to be pricey for
Right,
shipping.
because there are some
So,
COVID restrictions now. Like even New Zealand has
yeah.
popped you have to ship it a certain way.
Right.
Certain things have gotten more
Right.
expensive. So
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
but I love international, so I'll do it.
Same with me. Yep. I will too. So no problem there. Okay. My next item is this is cool. I like this kind of stuff. This is paper goods. It's ephemera. This is from the 1960s. This is a vintage I think this is from around 1961. Who likes Butterfinger? Me. It's one of my very favorites. But this is so the Butterfinger bars would have came in this box. And then it would arrive to the store, and then the store would take the Butterfinger bars out of the box, and they would, put them in their displays. The bottom of this box does have a little bit of condition issues. You can see it's coming apart there a little bit, but man, I loved the cover of this box because of those little stars. Because that's kind of Kate. Kate's like, go look at those starbursts. I'm gonna start the bids at $12 on this box. If you're wanting to use it for display, and when I ship it, I will stuff it with paper on the inside to keep the integrity of the box itself. But there were 24 bars in here at one time, and you can see the MSRP was 5 cents on these candy bars. This was a 1 pound box full of 8-ounce bars, crispier, tastier. So if you have I know some people will have like a movie or a candy display. This would fit right in, and then you could use the top here to display some other pieces. I see a Jamie at 15. This is very lightweight. I will put paper inside it. You can see it's a little dented in on the bottom. The bottom of the box is definitely worse for wear than the top. If you wanted to display it in your display like this, you could also use the top for a display, and you can still get this iconic Butterfinger. We were talking a little bit Monday night about marketing and branding, and I tell you, that is still the same. Like, they have not changed their font. I don't believe. I know they've changed the recipe a little bit, the packaging a little bit, but
Is there
it's
anything
still
on it that indicates the date?
no. There isn't.
I'm
Just
wondering when they stopped selling them for 5 cents.
right. Well, this was made at the Curtis Candy Company in Chicago, Illinois. The the research that I could find for this style of box was in the 1960s, and I don't really know. I should have Googled when
Well,
Butterfinger
it
was
does have a
even.
2-digit zip code, so it's before 1963.
Oh well, there you go. Oh, there you go.
So Chicago 13. So they changed to
Yeah, you're
5-digit zip
right.
codes.
I didn't
Five.
even. I didn't even think about that.
It's
So
my
there you go.
favorite trick and my favorite way
His
to,
favorite
to
trick.
date something. So yeah, so you know it's at least before 1963.
So there you go. It was like 1961 is
Hmm.
like what I found on it. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and start counting this down. This is at $15 for Jamie. Butterfingers is one of my favorite. Anyway, I'm gonna say
I love
Butterfinger and eat.
Butterfingers.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start counting this down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Lois remembers 5-cent candy. All right, so Jamie has a just in case of 20, but I'm pretty sure, Jamie, it's going to go to you. And I want to see how you display it.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
there it
amazing
is.
that something like that still exists. You know, so like why
See,
would that have ever been kept?
that's one thing that I went live on Facebook this morning, and I was kind of talking about that. And one of the reasons why I think this stuff is that, well, actually it wasn't on, I talk about it in my video because I filmed a haul video, good old fashioned haul video. But I love these kinds of things that were supposed to be thrown away. And the fact that they're still here is what I love. I love that about them. So yeah, I agree.
So who was the final one? Was it Jamie?
Jamie, mid-century wasted.
All right. So I did run out really quick.
Me too.
And for those who thought I was completely insane, this is what I was talking about. I picked up hundreds of these and I've been putting them in mystery boxes for over a year. So I'm down to literally only about a dozen or two dozen left. And so this will be my giveaway to one of my lucky buyers today.
I
Okay.
got one in my bathroom shelf.
Yeah.
I love
All
it.
right. So once again, following Misty's lead, she's showing some ephemera. I love ephemera. So
Mm-hmm.
it's something I have in my own collection, but it's also something I love to buy and sell because I want to protect this stuff
Yep.
from just going into a recycling bin or getting destroyed. And this was one of my most exciting finds. And we are moving into true antique territory here, which is what my favorite area to be in. I have a stack of 20 Civil War era newspapers.
Oh my goodness.
This one is dated 1864. So they are dating from 1864 to 1868.
That's
I have
amazing.
20 of them, and I'm going to start the bidding at $20.
So
So a
you're going to
dollar
get
each.
all of them.
You get all of them. So, and I will start showing you what you get, but I'll start the bidding at $20, a dollar each. So this one is the earliest, and it's in the roughest condition. Most of them are still intact. This one, some of the pages they've separated out. So
Nice.
just be aware, we're dealing with this kind of age, that's going to happen. But the cover page, this is all of them are Frank Leslie's illustrated newspaper. So you get amazing illustrations throughout. You also get articles. And so this is all just from the 1864. So you get that front page of illustrations. Almost all of them have at least one full page illustration within it. So this one is the war in Georgia, because again, Civil War is going on. So this is how they would cover it. So this is a full page drawing from there. You've got Civil War fashions are being represented. It's going to be difficult for me to go through all of them, but you also have some of my favorites. Every one of them on the back page are the ads. And so they're always advertising something different. And there's always a drawing there too. So sometimes they're advertising corsets. We've got French yoke shirts, collars are being advertised. So that's all just from the 1864 issue. I'll kind of show the covers of some of them. 1865. So this is the cover of this one. Another 1865. We got the cover. We got some dogs with some lovely meat going into a wagon.
Do you think these were published from the North perspective or the South perspective?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, the masthead has the capital.
Capital. Yeah.
So I'm going to say yes. I don't know where it was published. It might say on here, New York. It was published out of New York. So yes, this was definitely from a northern perspective. So again, some illustrations of this one. Again, some great ads and illustrations.
Oh, look at Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah, and so it's funny just to watch some of these because it's covering stories that we all learned in school, and this is how they would have learned about them at the time. Newspaper. And this one has the 2-page spread. So not all of them have this, but a lot of them do. And
I mean, look at the amount of work that went into those illustrations alone.
Absolutely. You know? So if you're a reseller, there's hundreds of dollars, hundreds of illustrations that you could cut these apart and frame them. They're absolutely amazing. So that was 1865. Now we've moved to, and these are in order. So this is going into 1866. So it gives you an idea. So those were all the during Civil War. Now we're moving into the post Civil War, but the style stayed the same. You still have all these great ads. You still got the illustrations. This one doesn't have a centerfold, but it has 2 individual sets of illustrations. Again, full page. Some of them give you really big illustrations right in the front. This is another 1866. Some great ad for pomade. So you got some great ads in the back of that one.
Jody girl.
The centerfold again has 2 illustrations, kind of industrial illustrations. So there are 20. Velvet Lounge, there are 20. So the total of 20, and they range from 1864 to 1868. There's another 1866. Ads for 1866. Some of the illustrations on the inside of this one. Some of the smaller illustrations. Check out this fashion plate. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, wow. Wow. Look at the dresses. Oh, so man, I couldn't imagine having to wear those dresses.
So that's 1866. Another 1866. Got Lady Godiva right on the front. Got a game table on the back, Martel, with a woman playing, which is interesting in and of itself.
Amazing.
This is the centerfold. Check out the couple.
Jamie said this is 100% one of the things, if you cut up, you'll be haunted by the ghost of an angry Civil War general.
As long as it goes to a good home. I do hate to see things cut up, but in some cases, if it means it's got a better life later, then, and you're right. Whoever just said it, I should be wearing gloves. We are moving into a territory where I should have gloves for this. I don't. So I do apologize, but these are already in pretty rough condition. So I'm trying to
llama? All the Civil War stuff, I'm like, llama.
Indigenous animals of the Andes. Yep. Vicuna. It's a vicuna.
Oh.
And an alpaca and a llama. You're right. The bottom one was a llama.
I'm gonna scratch their necks. Oh, I love llamas.
So one of the reasons that I'm doing this as such a big set is because shipping of these was going to become a problem. I don't want to fold them, obviously. I didn't even want to curl them in a tube. And to ship them all flat, it just would have gotten expensive to try and ship one at a time. So that's why you're getting all 20. So these will be wrapped in plastic in between sheets of cardboard, and then more sheets of cardboard put on top of that and taped up so that you'll have the best.
They'll be shipped with care.
Of these. I definitely want these to survive. So get another centerfold look.
Wow, amazing.
And I would say I'm pretty sure every single one of these at least has the centerfold, but again, there's littler illustrations throughout. So we're still in 1866. We got a cannon.
Wow.
Got a factory. Got all kinds of little illustrations on this one.
I would love just to look at the fashions and like the ads, the advertisements.
Yeah, the ads are fun because
That
some
would
of the
be
stuff, so like they're selling piano fortes, another pomade ad, like some of the same companies, advertise. We got advertisements for guns. We're still in 1866.
wow.
Got that pomade ad again.
Oh gosh, those political ads.
Oh yeah, another
Wow.
1866. What Louis Napoleon really means, another political ad, along with Chickering and Sons piano fortes.
Wow.
So again,
Amazing.
show some of the small ones in this one, because again, even the little ones just have some great illustrations. There's
Mhm.
one, I should have marked it. There's one that on opposite sides, one had two severed heads. It was a scientific experiment of how to store them, and the opposite side was a woman's fashion plate. I'm like, all right, I guess they really equal opportunity.
Yeah.
We're still
Well,
now we're in the 1868. So I think we're slowing down a little bit. So I just want to show the rest to another 1868. Weird looking animal, the cross Democrat. Don't even know what that means. Another 1868. A big, what's some sort of a ship. That's disturbing. Two more. Another 1868. Again, even just some great illustrations in the ads.
right.
And then the last one is December 1868.
Wow. Oh,
Yep. So we'll go ahead and start the countdown on this one. So it looks like we had somebody. So we have a Cult of Vintage at 155,
Michael.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so it looks like Claudette was 160. Okay, we got it just in case.
A 290.
Yes, Michael really wants these.
And there's the bid end. So
All
they will
right,
go
so
to Michael for 161.
161. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you picking these up, and I'm glad they're going to go to a good home. I know you'll take good care of them.
You will. Oh, those were amazing, Patrick. Well, I'm like, gosh, because I was going to sell something really kind of silly next. And now I'm going to sell my cool piece of
Don't worry,
ephemera.
I got silly too.
Because I was like, what do I sell? So this is something that I think is beautiful. And again, when I went live on Facebook, I went in the back room and I have a lot of old Bibles, and I needed to talk about some of this with a tiger because they're German. I have some like 1800s German Bibles, beautiful, beautiful pieces. This is one, and when I pulled it out, it was just kind of the first one that I pulled out of that box. Now, I will say it's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful book. It's the beautiful story. The binding is all but missing. So this is not in beautiful condition, but there are bits and pieces of this that I love. I like anything with a personal aspect to it. So the inscription on the inside says July 1885 to Viola Gardner. But oh wait, before Michael leaves though too, I was looking at this picture. But look, it's a Cult of Vintage, the all-seeing eye. There he is in there.
That is
I have to
awesome.
be very careful when I hold this though, but the inside cover said it's copyrighted in 1888. 1888. So I'm going to start this at $20. So the presentation page is not filled out. So they didn't fill out who they were giving this to, which is, I think, isn't that kind of bad luck not to do that? I mean, they wrote it on the inside, but this is the beautiful story. It's a companion book to the Holy Bible, containing a narrative history of all the events recorded in the sacred book, arranged chronologically for the child, student, minister, and the easy understanding of all who love God. So basically, you're reading Bible stories, and it's kind of where you understand it. You know, when you read it in the Bible, it's kind of, especially the King James version, you're just like, what? What did I just read? But the lithograph photos in here are stunning. The colorations, there's Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, and they still have the tissue in
nice.
between the lithograph. The also the color plates. The color plates are in excellent, beautiful condition. The black and white photos again are still just stunning works of literature or works of illustration. The thing that I really loved about that, and I'm going to try to hold this up as gently as I can, but on the inside there is, I'm going to be very careful, is like fauna and stuff that someone had pressed. So they used this book
Neat.
to press some sort of a fern, and there's just various different little bits of floral and fauna that's tucked in. Hi,
Candace
Crafty
is
Jack.
asking if it's in English or German.
This is in English. But there are like little bits of things that were pressed in here. Here we've got, and it is both the Old and the New Testament. So there are stories in both the Old and the New Testament. This is a heavy book, though. So I will say, if this is the only thing that you get, it will ship media mail. If you get something else from me, I will kind of weigh them both. I'll see if I can ship them together. You won't be able to ship media mail, but I'll see if that will be just as cheap as me shipping them separately. If I can ship them separately and still save you money, I will do that. But here's another color plate in here, illustration plate of Jesus. It's just lovely. Oh no! See, I have to be very careful. There's a flower. There's nooks. You can find letters and confessions, but oh my gosh, see, I have to be very careful because I want to keep it all together because it's been like that for 100 years. And then Misty gets a hold of it and it's all gone. All right. So, Linda Uinda, I think I'm saying that wrong. I think you have the highest bid right now, 25. I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down. It's a lovely book. Like I said, the binding is missing, but the illustrations and honestly, just the contents on the inside is very, very easy to read. So I'm going to start counting this down. 15, 14, 13. I know, Blue Girl, it's stressing me out too. 13, 14, no, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. They had different variants of this too. It's a green cover. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure that was probably different editions of it. Oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out now that some of those petals are now out of that book. I'm sorry, whoever put them in there. All right, there's the bid end. So Linda had a bid of 30. Jay came in with a just in case of 38. So it will go to Jay for $31. Thank you so much.
All right, so moving something that's a little bit easier for me to manage and don't need gloves for, glass. Once again, I have several pieces of glass today, and this is my favorite item in the sale today.
Oh, wow.
Picked this baby up, and I knew it had to come onto Misty's sale. It's a simple stem, so unfortunately I never was able to find the specific manufacturer of this. I made a nice guess that it's Cambridge, but I could not find it because it's not an etch. It is a wheel cut design.
Really? It looks like it's an etch.
If you can feel it, it's like the divots within the middle of the sunflower.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's caved in. So this is
That makes
all
it
wheel cut.
special. Mhm.
Yes. So again, it's another example of cut to clear. So you've got this is the yellow glass. It is yellow, not amber.
Mhm.
It's showing up pretty true to color, I think, on
Okay.
screen. So it does have the yellow, and you can see the design is symmetrical all the way around. I'm starting this at 20. So
I
this
love the
has all
baskets.
four, and they're cut from the bottom so that if you wanted to use this for candy, for whatever you want to use that, the top is still the smooth glass. So you can use it for bonbons or whatever you want without having to worry
Wait,
about
Angela.
cleaning it out. So this one is width across the top is 6 inches, and the height is also 6 inches. It's square. Didn't even realize that. So it's got this great little lip to it. And I'm going to assume that this is more of
Mm.
a candy or a bonbon as opposed to, it's not deep enough to be like a mayonnaise or any sort of a sauce.
No.
I mean, it's truly, and with that kind of cut, it would make for a great formal dinner table, but this would be fantastic if you've got that color in your living room. Put your little Ferrero Rocher wrapped candies in there and just well,
Yeah,
they
Jeffrey needs this because he's all been fancy with his little bonbon chocolates.
yeah,
He likes
well, how
those.
great would they look sitting in this? So again, you've got the daisy design. How do I do this? I tried to do it on the black before, and my lights were not showing it very well. So let's see if we can try it this way.
Mm. Yeah, you can
Now,
see the baskets. I love those
yeah.
baskets.
And the baskets have a big sunflower right in the middle, and that center is what's really carved out. So you know that it's wheel cut as opposed to an etch. So
Yeah,
when you
Misty Mountain Magic had a chocolate bunny surrounded by bird egg
Oh,
candy.
yeah, make a vignette out of this. This would be perfect for Easter. Put one of those
Mhm.
little and put the little fake grass, around
Yes.
it and a couple of the little tiny fake eggs. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
And if you're
Abs-
someone that gives your adult children or, an Easter basket, which I still receive as an adult, that would be something that's an elevated Easter basket that you can give to your daughter or your granddaughter and put some candies in it and give them that nice little trinket to keep forever.
And I do think it was manufactured, not in addition to how well the wheel cut was
Oops.
done.
Hi,
There
Jan.
are seams along the sides. You know that this was molded, but they fire
Yeah.
polished pretty well the seams across the stem and completely fire polished anything coming across the bowl.
Now,
So
a couple people are wanting to know, does it fluoresce?
this one I think I did test, and no, it does not fluoresce.
Okay. Oh, I think that's beautiful, Tiger. I think it's beautiful, Tiger. I think it's beautiful, Patrick.
And I think Ricky's right. I do think that is supposed to be a
Basket.
bride's basket,
Yeah.
but I don't know what specifically makes it a bride basket. So it's just a basket with the bow on top, and it's similar to the Fostoria. The bow is kind of like the Fostoria etch,
Mhm.
but I've compared it to the
Well,
June, and
and
it.
again, we're approaching wedding season, so it is
Mhm,
okay to give vintage and antiques as a wedding gift. Doesn't have to be bought
absolutely.
brand new from the store. That is something that can be cherished from year to year to year. So I think that would be a lovely gift to give
And
someone that.
something like this elevates beyond just your decor. Like this could look good in just about anything,
Yeah.
even if you just bring it out for special occasions. So it looks like we've got Linda W at 29. So we'll do the
Listen,
countdown.
I think that if you get that, then you should demand people only serve you your chocolate bonbons on that. Like, I'm
Absolutely.
demanding it.
So Larry pushed it to 30. We'll now
Oh,
do the
Ricky's saying that
countdown.
Katie's right that jewelry stores sold these.
Oh, interesting. I guess they would know they might be do
They
the wheel
probably
cutting
was
themselves too.
cut in a jeweler's, that
Yeah.
maybe.
All right. So we'll start the countdown. 15, 14,
Me too.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
So Larry has the high, but nope, now Linda's in at 31. Hi, Beth. And Gia. And waiting on the bid
Yeah.
end. And there it is. So we'll go to Linda for 31. That's beautiful,
All
Linda.
right.
You got a
Thank you
good
very
deal
much,
on that.
Linda W.
Beautiful. All right. So my next item is very angry kangaroos. Look at that mama. Urgh. Maybe she's like, you don't mess with my baby. But I love that the little baby comes out. So Big Mama here has her original stopper, or Big Daddy. Well, no, it would be Big Mama.
With the
Wait,
pouch, yeah.
yeah, because daddies don't have pouches. Now, this was a souvenir piece from somewhere, but sadly, that has been scratched away. I personally love souvenir pieces. I like that. I just like that. And then here's the little baby. Look at the little baby's little paws. I don't know if that's what they're called, but he's looking a little salty as well. He also has his original stopper. Her pouchy is ouchie because that's a big baby. I'm going to start the set at $15. Tina, I'm glad you got your tulips. Aren't they great? Ugh. The faux tulips on Amazon, they're perfect to use in displays. And you get, I think, 25 of them. They're great. All right. So here is Big Mama. She doesn't have any flaws. Both mama and baby are in excellent condition. No chips, cracks, or flaws, other than the little remnants of the souvenir location is no longer there. But that's just a decal, so you could take that off if you wanted to. I typically just leave them. That's just me, but I'll let you do what you want to do if you get this and you take it home. So $15 for the mama and baby. Now you can display them. Oh, there it is. You can display them separate because the little baby does stand up all by himself. And then he can just jump back in there when he's
Put them
feeling
separate, a
warm.
little air plant right there in the pouch instead. You can just
Yeah, you
multitask.
That's a good idea, Patrick. I like that idea. Put a little air plant in mama's belly or suckers.
Mm-hmm.
You put or your Q-tips. You can put whatever. She just will continue to look very unhappy about it no matter what you do. She's not very happy. All right, Clever Magpie, I see you, or Magpie. Maggie. Clever Maggie is in at 18. Now Georgia is back in at 20. I'm going to go ahead and start counting them down. I'm going to put them together so I don't drop them. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Bid end. Georgia is back in at 25. Maggie is in at 26. And there's the bid end. So Clever Maggie, they are yours for $26. Thank you so much. Make sure that you send me an email, Maggie. And
So there's some discussion in the chat about my pin. And so Tiger answered the question because Katie and Dolores are trying to bring back the brooch. Tiger and I are bringing back the hat pin. And so he is actually a Three Musketeer guy. So he's kind
which
of
is another good candy bar.
Yeah, so he's not zooming in he's not focusing very well, but he's got a little cape and he's got a sword and his little high boots, little pirate boots on. So yes, so that is bringing back the hat pin. So, all right, my next item, the other thing I like to do a lot with is pottery, and I do a pottery collection. Primarily, I collect the 19th century decorated stoneware, but when I come across nice pieces of pottery, I like to pass these on as well. And this one ends up being multifunctional because technically it's a functioning casserole. So we have an art studio pottery piece, and we're going to start the bidding at $15. And the decor decoration on this, it's a very, very pale green in the background. And then you can see kind of an olive green and a forest green accents that are going kind of like a splash technique across.
Yeah.
It's all smooth, so it's not dimensional. It's not like it's slipware or anything like that. And it's fully glazed on the inside. So this can be used as a functional cookware piece if you so choose. The bottom is not glazed, although it does have some paint accents to it. And I desperately tried to find that studio mark.
Mm,
Obviously, if I could figure out who it was, it'd be easier to sell. I couldn't find it.
yeah.
It looks to me like a D with an arrow kind of running alongside of it, but I don't
Like a
know.
D with an E on the inside.
Yeah, but then I'm like, is it a boat? It's like I have no
Right.
idea.
I
Depending on
know.
how you look at it, it has to be a mark. It can't be accidental. So I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
the artist's mark. Unfortunately, I couldn't figure out what it was, but it's got the lip on the inside to hold the lid, which I have. And I would assume that it's never been used for its purpose because the lid is in absolutely perfect condition and the ring is in absolute perfect condition as well. So it's got the applied handle on the top. You can see the kind of, they did the rope clay technique and doubled it upon itself and pressed it in, and then gave the same decoration to that as well. So you've got a nice darker green around
I
the
think it'd
round.
make a great cookie jar too, Patrick.
Absolutely. That's what I like. This has been sitting at, to be honest, this has been sitting in my curio cabinet as is, because it's just, to me, a perfect piece of art pottery. So yeah, it happens to be something you could cook in, but you could use it as a functional piece or
Yeah.
take the lid off and you could put a floral design in this. You could do
Mhm.
whatever you want. It is art pottery.
Lois
So
is wants to know, is the base cracked?
no, there are no cracks.
It probably was just a camera thing.
Yeah, the way
Oh,
it's
that's
painted,
the glaze.
yeah,
Mhm.
it was just, they did that splatter technique. And so, yeah, the inside, it's just a darker, they try to decorate the inside too. No, this is in perfect condition, no chips, no cracks.
Yeah, that's got
You can
that
hear the
nice line.
ping.
Do you
So no,
know what just popped in my brain? What that would be perfect for? No bake cookies.
there
Make
you
your no
go.
bake. Ah, I want a no bake cookie now.
So it's just a nice little piece. And actually, it's a decent size piece. I'm saying
Mhm.
little, but it's pretty wide. You're looking at about 8 inches, 8.5 inches across the base, and then you're
I've
looking
used
at,
it for a cookie jar.
including the handle, you're looking about 5.5 inches tall. So um, I loved this, fell in love with this piece when I picked it up, and it
I love
just
it
was
too.
one of those cases. I tried to sell it on eBay or Etsy without a artist mark. It's hard to
It
find people, get
is.
people to find it. So it was in my collection for a while, ran out of room, selling it here. So looks like we got Robert at 20, and I'm going to go ahead and start the countdown.
Yep.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are stopping that one.
I've had cheese for lunch today. That's what I had for lunch. Two
Okay,
cheese
scary
sticks.
enough. That's what I had for lunch.
Seriously? Well, but
I'm
see,
100%
that's
serious
not a
because
stretch for me though.
I'm an hour ahead of you. So, like, for
Okay.
me, this started at noon. So I'm kind of like, well, I'm not really like hungry,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be by the time we're done.
I mean, I keep cheese sticks on hand. All right, so Victoria Emery, that is yours for $21, and that's a great deal, and I would use it for no bake.
Absolutely. Thank you, Victoria.
Awesome. Okay, whoops. Oh my gosh, my computer's acting all wonky. Okay, so my next item is something that is another piece of advertising, and I love this. And I'll tell Katie too, because Katie sent me a message, and she was like, "I was trying to figure out what this is." And denstone, which does sound very dental related, but all I could see, it's modern materials. I'm gonna start at $16 too, which I'm gonna go ahead and type that in there. Modern materials manufacturing in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, I did not think that this was the original lid, but it is. This is the original lid. To me, this looks like it would go on, like, those reproduction canisters that say like Domino, sugar, and all that kind of stuff. But this is the original lid to it. It's got a very industrial smell on the inside. It's not a bad smell, but it's metallic. I don't take a good whiff at. Oh, hang on, my camera. I'm still here, but my camera is being wonky. I've been having camera problems with this camera. It'll come back on in just a moment. Okay. So it is not a great smell. It's an industrial smell. So just don't take a big whiff of it in. But here is the graphic, Denstone. Now Katie thought that it was some sort of like a material used to make like molds, like dental molds. And I think she's right. But again, this is an industrial piece, okay? But look at the graphics that are on it. My camera is not even focusing today. There we go. But you see, they've taken the time to add the lines and see, look at that. Isn't that great? They just, I mean,
There's
this
some
was
beautiful
something
detail in that.
that was meant to be thrown away. Now, we got some rustiness there on the bottom. But I love it. And the fact that it has the lid makes it nice too. Now, what you could do if you wanted to display something on top of it to make it a riser, since it has that knob, you can just turn the lid upside down and then put something else if you wanted to display another can on top of it because of that knob being there. Okay, there we go. Fighting with the can. All right, Katie, I see you at 22. This stands with the knob about 9 inches tall, about eight inches tall with just from the top to the bottom, but with the knob about 9 inches tall. All right, whoops, beautiful yellow and blue color. I am going to go ahead and start counting this down. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. There is no barcode, no readout on here, so this is pre-1970s. But yeah, they do still make this stuff today, but it doesn't come in a nice of a can as this. So Katie girl is at 22. And as big as that is, it's very lightweight. There is a bid in. So it's going to go to Katie for $22. Yay, Katie. It's going to go great. Great in your collection. Thank you so much.
All right. Since Katie, in honor of Katie picking up the last win, I grabbed the next set of jewelry I have, which was picked up specifically at Katie's behest. It is, we'll start with what it all together. It is a brooch and clip earring set. I'll focus on the brooch because it is Weiss. So we have a Weiss set of jewelry. We're going to start the bidding on this at $30. So $30 to start the Weiss, and that gets you the brooch as well as the pair of earrings. Oh, this is an absolutely gorgeous multi-shaped stones with the same blue Aurora Borealis technique in the stones. On the back, it's got the great puddling that Weiss is known for. Mm-hmm. And right on the bottom, it is marked Weiss, which according to Katie, she said that was actually not that common, that a lot of times the earrings were marked, but the brooch would not be. And here it is. So Weiss, from the research and from listening to Katie, was only around from 1942 to 1971. So they were not around for very long, but they were known for super high quality stones.
It's like top of the line costume.
Yep.
It's like what the celebrities in the 30s and 40s would definitely be wearing.
So all of them are prong set, including the smallest ones. They're all in perfect condition, no chips or cracks to any of the individual stones. And then the earrings themselves are also marked, and they are clip. But Katie's talked about this before, and you probably talked about it on your show, Misty, that it is possible to convert clip earrings to post.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how complicated that is. I don't know how expensive that is. But even if you have clip earrings, I mean, these would work on I'm sorry, even if you have pierced ears, you could still wear these.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You just wouldn't be used to it. So I don't know if you would need to convert them to post, but that's probably like an individual preference. But you can see that they are stamped Weiss as well.
Beautiful.
So they've got a similar design. I'll kind of show it side by side. So they've kind of kept the center part, and then the brooch added an entire extra ring, so to give it the size. So you can tell that they were designed to go in as a set. So the earrings themselves are 1 inch in diameter, and the brooch is like 1 3/4 inches in diameter. So beautiful piece. This has the silver tone. The Emmons one was the gold tone. So this one has the silver tone, and just like great puddling.
Whenever I think of clip earrings, my mind always goes to soap operas, and they'd answer the phone.
They have to
Take
take
off
their earring off to answer the phone. Yes.
yes.
It
Oh,
was
so
something I never understood because my mother wore pierced ears. She wore pierced earrings. So I'm like, well, my mother couldn't do that. Like, I
right.
didn't
I
even
don't
know that was a
understand why
thing.
that was such a thing, but it was just to add the
The
drama to
drama.
show that they were
Well,
mad.
and the function. Can you imagine clanking one of those old-fashioned phones against you
Right.
against things like, what are you saying? What?
Yeah.
All I can hear is a bunch of banging. So it looks like we've got Anne's Attic as the top bidder right now at 40. So I'll go ahead and do the countdown on the Weiss set. This gets you the brooch and the pair of earrings. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we will see. Looks like a Karen jumped to 42. We'll see if we
Yep.
get watch for the bid end.
Annie is in. Anne is in at 43. Once it's in my brain, it does not leave. Well, certain things. And there is the bid end. So,
Bid end.
Anne, you get them for $43. Excellent, excellent deal.
Thank you, Anne's Attic.
All right. So, my next item, I want to apologize because I did not, I wanted to research him a little bit more and I just didn't. So, he is a 9-inch tall figurine. I know that's a huge figurine,
He's a
right?
big boy.
He is a big boy, but isn't he so cute? He's a fox terrier, I believe. Now, I don't know. In my brain, I want to say Lefton because I've had Lefton poodles of very similar quality. He doesn't have a sticker, but he does have a number here on the bottom. There you go. There's his number on the bottom. He's 9 inches tall, and he looks very realistic, I think.
He does. I
Isn't
think
he
he's higher
sweet?
quality than Lefton.
I don't know. I don't know. He's lovely. Now he, like I said, he stands 9 inches tall. He does not have a single chip, flaw, anything wrong with him. He's beautiful. Isn't he so cute? I'm gonna put him on my little turntable so we can see him from all sides. But yeah, 9 inches tall, and he's like puppy size. Like Maybelle was this big when she was. But turn it when you can see his little tail. I don't know if he is a fox terrier. He's definitely a terrier of some sort.
Yeah.
But look at those markings. I don't think that he's a Jack Russell Terrier. That's what I have as a Jack Russell. Linda, I see you at 30. But if he is, he's a wire hair. But I'm kind of leaning towards Fox Terrier. He's so wise.
I would agree. I don't think he's an Airedale.
No. I think he's great. Linda, you must have a little Fox Terrier, maybe. All right, or maybe this one's about life size if it was a puppy. All right, we're going to go ahead and start counting him down. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12. Ooh, it's Battle of the Lindas. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I have a couple other dogs too that I need to be bringing. I've had him for a little while, but again, sometimes even if it's just sitting on my shelf, it's not necessarily at home. I just like holding on to things for a little while. But I believe he is going to go to Linda Imbus for $35. Thank you so much, Linda. And Linda, you are a new name to me, so welcome. Just make sure that you send me an email so I can get your little doggy out to you as soon as possible.
He was adorable, and I absolutely agree and believe in the idea of when you buy something, even if you plan to resell it, you might as well live with it for a while.
Yeah, just look at it for a little while. Oh,
Which is
Viking.
what I was doing with this. So I purchased this specifically to sell in the sale, and I already own one of these, so I didn't need two of them.
Right.
But I just put it in a different location. If people that follow my channel, I will sometimes post a photo of my Swan glass collection. It
Mm-hmm.
sits on a ledge high up
Mm-hmm.
in a big Palladian window. So one of these was up there, and so this one was sitting next to my TV, and now my TV looks really bare. But it is the Viking Epic line. So you can see the petals on the bottom. It is 17.5 inches tall.
Ooh.
So you've got a nice good size. I'm going to start the bidding on this at 40.
Okay.
So start the bidding at 40. This was one that, again, I tried to show it glows a little. So right at the edges. So I tried to take a video of it. I'm going to try and show you here. Had to go into the dark room. And so you can kind of see as I throw the light across it, it does give you a little bit of a shine across the bottom, and then a little bit at the top as well. So it does glow a little bit just along the edges, because even at the bottom, it was just the lighter portion.
I'll show you. I sold its little baby brother yesterday.
Oh, you're kidding?
Yeah. Look.
So this is the color that I love. This is what most of my collection is. And I did actually consider keeping this. Oh, look at that one.
It's so little.
Yeah. Big bro, little bro. There we go. So it's got just I love the shape on this. And that's what I like about the Viking, the Epic line, because they actually did a really nice bulbous, shape. You've got the individual kind of like that petal design going into it. And then the top, that's the beautiful thing about swung glass is every top is different. And this one just got a really sexy shape to it. You got a lot of curves to it. It gave some really nice height that came up in the back. You have a nice dip. I've got a couple where it's technically swung glass, but it's almost flat, which is like a little ripple. This one is just a great example of swung glass. Absolutely perfect condition, no chips, no cracks. Great shape. It's it's a big boy. It's going to cost a little bit to ship, but at least I'm shipping out of Chicago, so I don't have really extreme shipping no matter where I'm sending it to. But just keep that in mind. It's at almost 18 inches tall. The box is going to be oversized.
Shipping the swung vases are not difficult. The only issue is finding that darn box. That's the only thing that makes me crazy is finding the box.
Yep. So what I'm hoping to be able to do with this one is I think I'm going to try. Well, I'm going to probably Franken box something.
You typically have to. Yeah.
So probably start with like an 8x8x8 and put 2 of those end to end, and then that should give me 20 inches, 24 inches in height.
Yeah.
So I think Sheila is the high bidder at this point. Oh, we got another Illinois in the house. Hi, Claudette. So I'm outside Chicago. So we'll do the countdown from with Sheila right now is the top at 75.
Yep.
15, 14, 13, 12. Looks like Clever Maggie jumped to 77. Susan to 78. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That finishes us down. So we'll watch for the bid end. Looks like Sheila jumped back to 80.
Claudette's at 81. But Claudette also put in a just in case of 85. So the highest bid was $81 at Claudette. Claudette put in a just in case of 85, but you didn't need it.
Nope, so 81. And sorry, Sheila, looks like you just missed the bid end. So yep, Claudette gets it for 81.
Just after, beautiful. All right, so that's not going to be very bad because it's going to go to Illinois. So shipping will be great. So I have a quick claim item. So the way that this works is, and I'm really close to this camera. I'm going to show you the item, and I'm going to give you a number, and I'm going to tell you the price. I'm going to give you a number, and the first person to type in that number will win that item. And it is the April Showers Charme. I'm saying that wrong. Charme. Charme. I don't know. It's powder. But it's April Showers. Now, there is some pitting on this, but I love the colors. And I love all the flowers that are around it. So you could use this as a riser in your spring display, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, or just summer. That would be great. But see, this is Gam Gam here too. And I opened it earlier and I see I'm going to do it again. I got it all over me. Okay, Julie, the bid in is showing up. You might need to refresh. And sometimes that means just completely going out, closing it all down, and coming back in. You can hit the little wheel and refresh. Also, make sure that you are in live chat and not top chat. So that's a couple different things. And also, typically, if you're wanting to bid on something, you get a little bit faster of a feed if you are on your mobile device. But here is the inside. It still has the powder puff, and it
Oh,
still has
nice.
some of the. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of powder in there, but there's
Just enough to
enough
be
of it.
messy.
Just enough to be messy and just enough for you to smell. So this is going to be a quick claim item. It's going to be $12. And the first person to type in the number 7, the first person to type in the number 7 will win, or will be able to purchase the April Showers powder tin. I do declare there are April showers up in here. Gia, I see you. Gia, I'll pack that with your scary book that you got from me earlier. But it's yours, Gia.
All right.
I don't
So
even want to say it out loud, Gia. It makes me nervous.
I will I just grabbed my one of my quick claim items. Mine will be a
Okay.
little bit different. If you follow my channel, I've been doing mystery boxes for a while, and before I changed my times, I was doing mini mystery packs, and they were really popular, and they were also really popular for gifts. And so I'm actually offering mini mystery packs, and it is it's $15. It includes the shipping. So
Oh,
it'll be under
nice.
a pound. It'll go in a padded mailer, and it will include 15 items. A lot of it, there will be some ephemera, but there will also be some smalls packed into it. A couple people have been doing unboxing videos showing them, and was getting some positive response to them. So I am willing to do 25 of them. And
Wow.
so the first 20, and everyone will get a coaster that this is my little place marker, so I don't forget to sell them. So I'm doing mini mystery packs. I will do 25 of them. So the first 25 people that give me the letter M will
Okay.
get a mini mystery pack. So I don't know if you want to start selling while we wait for those to come in. I'll just count
No, we'll
them.
wait
Or
for
if
them
you
to
don't.
come in because I'll help you be able to keep track to write
Okay.
them down, because that can be.
Yes.
Yeah, and they are great. They are great. Yeah, they come highly recommended you. Okay, so I see. I'm gonna roll this back down. So I see Kristen Van Fleet,
Okay.
Danny Sutliff,
Okay.
JGB Didman,
All right.
Sue Golembeski. I saw Betsy name. I thought I saw Baby Secrets, but that's Betsy.
Okay.
Betsy Sanet,
Okay.
Simply Sue's Vintage,
All right.
Victoria Emery,
All right.
Claudette V,
All right.
Melodies Many Miscellaneous,
Okay.
Shelly Johnson Horta. Now you let me know when you've gotten. Okay, did you number? Because I've not been counting.
No, I've not yet, but we're good for a little while.
Okay, and then we have Linda M, or no, Linda W,
Okay.
and Sheila Fruman,
Okay.
Susan S,
That's only 12. So okay.
okay, Ann's Attic,
Okay.
Angela H,
Okay.
Donna Kales. Susan S wants to know, how much are they?
So they are 15. I think
15.
Carrie answered that, but
Yeah.
we'll see if
Chris R,
okay.
Leith Sapton. Ugh. Leith, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sarah ZZ Putman,
Okay.
Clever Maggie.
Okay.
Thank you, Carrie. Nancy Buckley.
All
No,
right.
we got Melody. Melody Mini Miscellaneous.
Yes.
And that's
All
all I
right.
see.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hope you all
Awesome.
enjoy those. Yeah. So just send the email. And if you wanted to send it as a gift, just tell me who you're wanting it to send to, but it includes the shipping. So for Claudette and anybody who buys from me, I'll deduct what the shipping would have cost. So
Oh, that's
you'll be a
nice.
little bit less than that. So,
That's
it balances
nice.
itself out. I'm a Libra. Want to keep it all balanced.
No, we got Shelly Johnson Horta. We got her.
Yeah.
I'm
Melody was one of
saying her
them. She
name.
was like number 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for checking.
All right, awesome. All right, so my next item is this. I brought this here because I had this at home, but I like the clear glass ones that look like a crystal ball with all of the Bulliconsi on the inside. So this is a beautiful paperweight. Now I like the very kind of simple paperweights. This one I think is very simple, but it has that beautiful mica in there. You can
Oh,
see how it's
nice.
all iridescent. It's very dark and stormy. I liked it. It almost looks like a big marble. So I am going to start this at $16, and it stands just shy of 3 inches tall. But isn't that lovely? It looks like a dark and stormy world. But I want you to really be able to see all of that beautiful iridescent in there. Now, we sometimes talk about if we need to use our vintage as a weapon, as a last resort. Again, this would do the trick. You can see there on the bottom, it does not signed and it does not have a maker's mark. It does have a sanded down bottom. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, nope, it's not signed, unfortunately. I didn't know who made it, but I fell in love with it. I mean, I can just sit and look at it and just find and my mind takes me like it's in the ocean, but it's the world or it's another planet. I love it. It was very,
It's
very
just a
pretty.
sign of how well it's made because it does make
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
interesting to keep
Oh
looking at
yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's spectacular. I love it. All right. So I see Dondi is at $25, but now Donna is at 28. So I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down. Don't forget about just in case bids. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. I'm so sorry. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Bid end. All right, so I see Donna has a just in case of 32. And Ariana has a just in case of 34. So that brings okay. And then, so now, right before the bid end, Clever Maggie had a bid of 37. So that means and that was a straight bid. That wasn't a just in case. So Clever Maggie gets it for $37. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for your bids.
And no worries, Jay. I saw the note that I was a her. I take no offense. I get that the guys selling in vintage is a little bit more rare. You're forgiven for having a copy and paste error. So my next
Love you,
item
Jay.
is one of these cases. I love industrial. And this
Me
ends
too.
up being a piece of industrial that's kind of been upcycled to make it
Yes.
something totally more. So what this is a child size shoe form.
I love it.
So isn't this, I mean, this is just fantastic. So, just based on the age of this, like picture the turn of the century going into early 20th century, they would have had stacks of these of all the different sizes and they would have been the shoe form. If you've seen Kinky Boots, you got to see some of these.
Yes.
But now this one has been pulled out and painted. So you've got this great, again, we're kind of pulling a tumnel, but I'm not a big believer in selling season only at the season.
Yeah.
Some cases, this industrial looks great all the times of the year. So you've got kind of a nice little monotone acorn and oak leaf pattern on one side, but check out the side eye that owl's given. He does not trust who's ever sitting next to him. So we've got
No.
the owl.
Or he's stoned.
And then we've also got what I thought originally was, it looks like the paint was chipped off. But if you look really, really closely, they tried to make a turned up oak leaf. So the light color is kind of like the inside of the leaf, and then the dark color, which is really, really similar to this color of the wood, is actually painted dark. And I'm sorry, this starts at 10. So this was a $10. This is starting bidding at $10. So you've got the mount at the top that would have been held in the machine to make the form, and this happens to be a size 7. Now, I don't remember buying shoes for my kids, so I like if a shoe size has changed because a child's this seems, I don't know, a 7 for
I don't
child
remember,
sizes.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's like, so I'm not sure. So it's like overall, just size wise, not that you're going to be making shoes out of it. It is 7 inches long.
Well, there
So
you
maybe
go.
that's what the 7 means. I actually hadn't connected that. So it's got the 7 on there, and it does happen to be 7 inches long. But it's just
Sometimes people will hang those on the wall, and I think that is it's just different.
and it's got the metal on the back. I
Yeah.
saw a picture on Instagram one time, not of the painted ones, because I think you might risk chipping the paint, but they had several of them, and they put them in a great big wooden bowl. And so it's just
Yeah.
a bowl of the shoe forms. And I just thought that looked really cool too. And some like
People
what
put
I've done with,
hooks in them too, and they've used them to, like, hang aprons and
yeah, because you've got a place to put a rod right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you use this for a lot of different options. It's just kind of a sweet little piece that
Mhm.
if it weren't painted, I probably would have kept it for myself. But the fact it's painted, still wanted to pick it up, and I figure somebody else will give it a great home that
I
loves that.
like it.
So okay, so Jay is saying that her kid's a 7. That looks about right. So okay, there you go. I got 7 to 7 inches. We'll do the countdown. Tori's right now got it at 10, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the close.
Yeah, I always find these, or I always pick them up when I find them too. I love them. And at one time here in the shop, I did have a bowl full of them because it's a
Oh,
very
really?
primitive thing, and we cater to a lot of the primitive collectors and stuff. So, all right, Tori, you win that for $20 or for
$10.
$10.
Yep.
Love it.
Congratulations, Tori.
All right, so whoops, my next item, I'm starting it at $20. This is cool. I really like him. And it's a little pixie planter. Hello, guys. He's just waving, bye, I'm leaving. And he's got his little bucket in his hand. And he's got his little mushies down here. Nope, mushies down here. And his little black boots. And I love that he has this little pink romper on. And he's got such a sweet little face with his little ears. This is made in Japan. What does that? Wait, what does that say at the top? It looks like China. Acme China, made in Japan. That makes more sense. But I put a little you know, but he kind of gets hidden by all the leaves in there. But I think he would be cute with, your makeup brushes. Obviously, we say that all the time. But just some sort of simple little greenery, and it would be cute. Lois, I see you. Zoe, I saw you at 20. Thank you. Lois, I see you at 22. Yeah, he does have some kissable little lips, doesn't he? And I love his little hat. And I'll turn him around so you can see he is hand painted. He doesn't have any chips, cracks, or flaws. I love his little leaves on the side. But he is another one that would be great for the holidays. You could leave him out all year. It doesn't matter. Pixies don't have to be just for Christmas, and they don't have to be just for St. Patrick's Day. He has just a some like colors on him that he could be used for a lot of different things. Zoe, I see you at 25. I'm going to go at bamboo stalks. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think it's a tree. Because he's got little mushrooms and stuff down there. I'm going to go ahead and start counting him down. He might be a Vulcan. He might be one of Spock's buddies. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and start counting him down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Lori, I see you at 26. Oops. Zoe has a just in case of 42, so looking for a bid of 27 or more. And Zoe, he is yours for $27. Thank you so much. I want to say though too, if you purchased something from me on, well, if you've sent me a message and you purchased something from me yesterday, well, no, when was it? Friday. I had a sale with Michael on Friday. It was a makeup sale. And I had some people that messaged me and asked me if I would wait until Thursday to ship it. And I will. So if you purchased something from me yesterday or today, or tonight, because I'm having another sale at 6 o'clock Eastern, I will be doing all of the shipping tomorrow. So if you've not gotten an invoice from me, I'll be doing it on Thursday.
You did have a question come in asking where you got the air plant you used.
Oh, Amazon. You can buy them in bulk, and they come on like a longer stem, and I just snip them off because typically I stick them. And in fact, I'm going to trim that one up a little bit because it's a little hairy.
And I will mention, since you said it, I do have my regular evenings are on Thursdays.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For the time being, I'm doing 11 p.m. Eastern. And I
Wow.
haven't been doing sales as much because it's so late that even for me, but I'm in rehearsals for a show, so I can't do my normal time at 8. So I will have a small sale tomorrow night, primarily with a handful of brooches and a couple of things, but it's not going to be a major sale. If you think you're going to participate and you bought something and you want me to hold it, that's fine. Likelihood, I'm not, again, I probably won't get the bulk of my invoices out until this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
So I will combine if you do
Yeah.
happen to show up in my sale tomorrow night as well. So I'll just mention that, but it's not
absolutely.
it's not a major, normally I do like a true sale. This one's just going to be like more of a
Yes.
chat with some sales thrown in. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to have a lot of favorite items. And this is going to be another one of my favorite items for tonight, for today. Yeah, I'm saying tonight because I'm so used to doing this in the dark.
It's a creature of habit sometimes.
Absolutely. So so what I've got is a set of 8 of these. I will say they're starting at $20.
Okay.
The set of 8. What they are nut cups that have been carved into the back and then reverse painted. So I worked with Scott from the old Curiosity Shop to try and do some research on these.
Mm-hmm.
We never figured out who made them, but what they are place card holders. So you've got little slots cut into the back of each one of them.
That's amazing.
You then have a little place card holder for everyone's place setting with a little formed little place for their name. And then, either some little nuts or sweets or something that they would have at the end of their meal. So you've got a full set of 8. Can't really hold all of them up, but they're painted. If you're familiar with Goofus glass.
Yeah, I was just going to say they remind me of Goofus glass.
Yeah, so we kind of, again, working with Scott, we put these are probably around 1910, and the design probably puts it to 1910, maybe a little bit earlier, possibly as early as 1890. But that technique was around at that point. And so what they did was they carved in the back, and they eventually put the silver over it, but they painted all the individual flowers first. So you've got the basket that they painted, a blue ribbon that they put on the top. Each of the flowers got painted a slightly different color, and then they covered it all in the silver to protect it. So on the inside, where you would put the food, where you put whatever you would have, it's completely smooth. So there's no risk of the paint chipping off or anything like that. So it's all completely done on the back, and you really can't see it, but it is carved in. So again, it's not an etch.
Lovely.
It is absolutely carved in. Now, of the 8, 3 of them, just like Goofus glass, 3 of them have a couple of issues that are not as obvious when you look at the front, but when you look at the back, you can see some of the silvering got lost on them. I kept them as a set because you're just not going to come across these again.
No.
So, the 5 of them are perfect. 3 of them have a little bit of paint loss, just like you would have on Goofus. So I'll show you the ones with the paint loss. Like that has paint loss, but you really can't tell.
These are great if you're having like a small bridal shower or a small, like even like a little tea party with your grandchildren.
Well, and Heather's even saying postcard holders.
Yes.
Perfect. Wedding shower, like somebody just put in a wedding shower. This would be great for like the gift table, any things where you're marking it.
Yes.
When I first found them, I initially picked one up. Believe it or not, they were sold in a Ziploc baggie. They were
Well, that
all
doesn't
just
surprise me.
chunked together.
We've
And so
all been to those kind of places.
yeah. So when I first picked it up, I'm like, oh no, it's chipped. And I'm like, oh, let me check the other one. Oh, it's chipped. Let me check the other one. It's chipped. Wait a minute. They're symmetrically chipped. What's going on? It took me a while to realize that what it was they had carved these two
That's
slots
so
and then kind of angled it so that you could have your card sit at an angle.
I just got an idea. So you put a little Easter postcard in there with your little chocolate bunny, or like,
Too much. That's perfect.
someone, the Velveteen Farm, I think I follow her on Instagram. She just posted a video where you go to the thrift stores and you find little ceramic, like single salt and pepper shakers, and you get chocolate colored spray paint, and you spray paint them, and you make them look like, you repurpose them to make them look like little chocolate bunnies to put in your
Fun.
displays. That would be so cute. I love that.
So, like I said, this is just even
Mhm.
Scott from the old Curious Shop. He'd never seen these before, and this is like his era.
That's amazing. I love
They're
those.
it's a fantastic little set. And I'm hoping it'll go to a good home. So it looks like Gabrielle Lish
Yeah.
she wants it in her home. So she puts up to 50. I'll go ahead and start the countdown.
He knows they're good.
15, and it is a full set of 8. So, three of them do have a little bit of paint loss, but there's no chips on them. There's just, so it is a full set. So 8 for $50 right now, counting. Ellie just asked about the set. So the full 8, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is the countdown on those.
So LEA has a high bid of 55.
Okay.
Gabby put in a just in case of 65. I've never seen these before. I think they're amazing.
Yeah, nobody I asked about it because I was trying to date them, and nobody had come across them. We had to kind of reverse engineer the technique.
Amazing.
And that was how we dated them.
So they will go to Gabby for $56.
All right. Thanks, Gabby.
Yay. So cool. And Ellie would have given them a nice home too.
I'm sure.
But they're still going to, both Ellie and Gabby are in California. So they're still going to California to live a good life.
And they're not going to weigh that much. So it won't even cost that much to ship them.
Right. Oh, so sorry, guys. Okay. So now, here again, this always happens to me. So people show like these nice fancy things, and then Misty shows Psycho Ceramics, which I love. I love Kreiss and Psycho Ceramics. And this little goober is sitting in, I don't understand what's going on here with him, which is kind of Psycho Ceramics in a nutshell. But I am starting him at $18. Now, if you know anything about Kreiss and Psycho Ceramics, it's Kreiss. By the way, it's not like the Lord. I know sometimes I'm saying that people are like, what did you say? It's right. But so here he is. He's this little pink goober here. Mr. Bubbles, Norma, he does look like Mr. Bubbles.
Oh, he does.
That didn't even pop into my brain. Okay, so I want to say, now he has like a little boober right here, but this was a boober that was done where he was made because they put a glaze over that. So if it was chipped, it happened in the factory, and then they were like, well, we're just going to glaze over it. Nobody will know. He does have his rhinestone eyes in red. So Psycho Ceramics are kind of crazy. They're odd. But again, if you have like this really fun floral little setup, and then you just add a goober in there, it just shows your whimsy, But he looks like he's sitting in a bathtub, but there's his little feet. They are pink, and then he's got his blue bow tie.
Christy's asking if he can hold eyeglasses.
I mean, I don't have the best ones to show. Okay, so kind of. Here, I'll hold it up. I wonder if that's what he's for. So he can kind of.
Well, because his ears are so big. I mean, I actually thought she was onto something when she asked it because it does seem like you could rest it
Yeah,
on there.
I mean, kinda. He
Yeah,
kinda. But yeah,
technically anything can hold your glasses. So.
right. I mean, yeah. Typically, I'll fall asleep with him in my hand sometimes. But so he is marked on the bottom, Kreiss and Company. Now, Kreiss also did make beautiful glass but I like the Psycho Ceramics line. It's just like I said, a
Do you
lot of
know
them
where
look
they were
very
based out
angry.
of? Both Katie and I've never seen it before. And Katie's saying
Oh
she's never seen
man,
it down at.
Elisa's probably would be able to tell you. I know I love Kreiss, but I don't know. I can't tell
Yeah,
you
I just never
offhand.
seen it. I've
I'm
never
gonna
seen it around here in the Chicago area.
But they are highly collectible. I did just buy a Kreiss Santa Claus and I paid like $85 for it. I'm keeping him. But yeah, they're pretty collectible. They're very 1960s and that psychedelic era. But that's the only issue with them is that little boober, but the glaze is over it. All right, so Lisa, I see you at 20. And we're going to go ahead and start counting. He does have crazing, by the way. You can see that on there. And this is just a little bit of like sticker residue. All right, so let's go ahead. Yeah, I don't know though if it was out of Japan. I'm going to have to someone's going to Google it. All right, so here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12. Look at his little eyebrows. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love his little eyes. Now, like I said, our little bird, a lot of times you can figure out that it's Christ because a lot of times they will have these little jeweled and gemstones. And they're just funny. They're just funny. San Diego. I can say I didn't think that they were
Okay.
made. I thought that they were made in the US, but I wasn't for sure where. Okay, so there is the bid in. Elisa had a just in case of 26, and Zoe came in with a just in case of 30. So he will go to Zoe for $27.
So
Thank
the
you so
company was
much.
based in San Diego, but they were manufactured in Japan
In
between
Japan.
60 and 70, according to Jay. So that makes sense.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, they were farmed out to be made
Yeah.
cheaper, obviously. But man, I love them. And if I have a whole book on Christ psychoceramics, and it's really fun. Their designs are just weird and neat. But anyway, thank you so much.
All right. So one of the things, if you've been following my channel at all, I have developed a new obsession. It's ironic. I'm getting rid of one part of my Tobacconista collection
Putting
I
in another
created,
one.
and I never smoked, and I'm building another one. And over time, I've now created this little miniature. I considered making it a mystery box, but the stuff in here is too cool, so I'm not going to make it a mystery box. I'm going to tell you what's in this box, and the bidding is going to start at 15. But what you get from the base line is you get the best
Climax.
tobacco name ever. The Climax tobacco brand. You get a little Climax tobacco tin. And then inside, you get an instant Tobacconista collection. So what has started being collected, Katie from Vintage and Vinyl and I have started doing this. There are these things called tobacco tags. And there are these tiny little
Yeah.
metal tags that would have been sold along with the tobacco between 1870 and 1930. And they have little prongs in them that they would have like actually hammered these into the bricks of tobacco so that as a buyer, you knew what you were getting, what brand you were getting. So what this is going to include is a Climax tobacco tag, a Black Mariah tobacco tag, and a peach and honey tobacco tag. So now you've got the tin plus the 3 tobacco tags. You are also going to get a collection of cigarette cards. I did a deep dive with these last year with Joni from Vintagerous. And what these were little cards that were included in the packs of cigarettes, usually the soft-sided packages of cigarettes. So this would make them a little bit more rigid. These all date to around World War I and between World War I and World War II. So these are all from the same series, Wings cigarettes. So we've got a bunch of these. will be included in there.
It's like Cracker Jack toys for a smoker.
Yep, absolutely. So you had to. The idea behind them was they issued them in series. So you get the little plane, but you'd issue them in series. So this was series C, number 6. So when you got your pack of cigarettes, you had to keep buying the same brand because you had to get all of the cards that were in that series. So this is not going to get you a complete series. And unfortunately, I lost the little note that showed how many were in here. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cigarette cards, which I normally sell between $1 and $3 a piece. So you get 14 cigarette cards are mixed in there, 3 tobacco tags, the Climax tin, and an instant collection of cigarette wrappers. So you've got
love the bugler, which is a
the
hard word for me
bugler
to say.
cigarette,
Bugler.
gummed cigarette papers. There's a couple left in there. Then you also have the RJR Reynolds tobacco. Few more papers left in that one. And then you also get another RJR Reynolds, still the OCB, so it's just a different brand because they manufactured multiple brands, both out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So you get like a little instant Tobacconiana collection.
Yeah.
3 sets of tobacco, the wrappers, 14 of the cigarette cards, all of the airplane collection, 3 tobacco tags, and the Climax.
Yeah, Sash said, "Oh, I thought that mine might need something for my my vintage condom collection."
There you go. And condoms will probably fit right in there. You could just slide them in your pocket, be at the ready all the time. So, and all of them fit very nicely into this, and it's going to be super lightweight to ship.
You know, I was thinking, Patrick, your little guy that you sold earlier, your cigarette holder, that would be a really cool place to keep your cigarette cards, like your collection and stuff in that little guy.
Absolutely. So I have a little, I actually have an album for the ones that I kept. These were kind of extra ones. So just kind of when you start collecting for yourself, you always end up getting a couple pieces that, it's not really the perfect addition to my collection. So it got put into like a little, and then they all fit in this tiny little box. So it was just like, it kind of was meant to be. So, and plus I've got duplicates of all the gun wrappers. So I already have my own. So these were the extras. So it looks like right now, Beth is at the highest at 29. We'll go ahead and start the countdown on that. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will close out the collection, Tobacconiana collection.
Oh no, Stash has a vintage condom container collection. She wasn't kidding.
So Climax is a brand of tobacco. I mean, it just has a very double
Very
entendre
risque
definition.
All right, so Anne's attic has a high bid of 30, but Beth put in a just in case of 50. So they will go to Beth Kemper for 31.
All right. Thank you so much, Beth. Enjoy.
Yeah, some good advice is to not use vintage condoms. Yeah, I would agree. That I would agree with that. Thank you, Ellie. Ellie said she just gave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. All right, so my next item is something that's pretty amazing. And if I didn't already, like Patrick, if I didn't already have these, I would be keeping them, but I have them. So they are Lucite candles in their original box. These are made by the Crystalite Candles, California, High Prior Products. And they were originally, get this, they have the original tag. They were originally $1.65 each. My, how times have changed. But they're in their original box, and they are Amber. You know Amber. Y'all remember Amber from high school? Well, these were her Lucite candlesticks. I am starting them at $40. They do, I mean, they have a green glow because so they will fluoresce a little bit. I don't really like to say that a whole lot because it doesn't really matter, honestly. So these are amber, so they will look great in the fall, in your fall displays or just anytime. I kind of thought that for the St. Patrick's Day, they're like gold, so you can like put them with your little leprechauns and stuff, your little pixies. Lori, I
End of
see
the
you.
rainbow.
Eileen, bye, Carrie. Have a good day. I'll probably talk to you later. Um, Nan, I don't know if Nan is watching, but Nan, we don't like these. Even though our brain, my brain tells me, I wonder, but you do not like these. They do have wicks, but that's just for looks. The thing that I like about these is that the glitter inside, oh, if it'll focus on that, is pretty evenly distributed. Sometimes it drives me nuts
Oh,
in
that
some of
is
them
nicely distributed.
if they're just a clump of glitter. That just drives me crazy. But I like, yes, these are, I believe that they are 12 inches. I'll measure just to make sure. Yes, they are. Well, I mean, they're just shy of 12 inches. They're not a full 12-inch. But they do have this like kind of, it's not rubber, it's like plasticky. And mine do too. And they surprisingly do stay pretty well in a candle holder. Okay. Yes, I will buy them singly all of the time. When I can, because I like them of all different colors. I like a rainbow effect of my Lucite candles. All right, so Eileen is at 86. I'm going to go ahead and start counting them down. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid in. Did Nan pop in? Oh, Nan. Nan takes me on an adventure when she comes to the sales. We go on an adventure with Nan. So Lois has a just in case of 100. The colored one, I mean, the clear lucite ones I like, but I just really like the colored ones because I like to add like a rainbow effect. All right, so Lois had a just in case of 100. So Lois, you get them for $87. Thank you so much, Lois. Oops, write your name down correctly. Thank you, Lois.
All right, so I have another piece of glass, kind of a trend going through the sale today. And this is moving into, we're going to get into high-end glass. So right off the bat, let's see if I can get a background here. We've got a nice controlled bubble at the base
Love
of this
that.
piece. And the reason it's so stunning and so well done is because it's Steuben. So it's Steuben glass. So if anyone knows glass, they know the Steuben name, they know Steuben, however you want to pronounce it. So this is their version of a controlled bubble bud vase. So the vase itself has a fairly solid base to it, so they could get that controlled bubble in there. And this one is starting, the bidding is starting at $25. It's $25 for a piece of Steuben. It's fairly solid, so they could get that controlled bubble in there. But what that does is it gives it a really nice weight so that it doesn't tip, and it just makes it very sturdy. This one happens to have a poem on it. For some reason, I come across these, I'm not going to say often, but this is the third one I've been able to sell. So you can see there is a poem that's etched into the edge of this one. And it says, chance, oh, I can't even read it. Chance cannot change my love, nor time impair. So I guess not really technically a poem, but so it's a little love bud vase. We missed Valentine's Day, but hey, we got Mother's Day coming up.
Right.
So there's this beautiful piece, and it is signed. Let's see, it's right along the edge. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it because at this point I can't even see it with my blind eye. So hopefully I can angle it in a way. Look, there's my swung glass collection.
You can see it. We like to play with our glass and get
there we go.
Thing.
You can see right there at the very edge, at the very top, you can see the Steuben name is engraved into it. So it is a signed piece of Steuben glass. It's an absolutely perfect, pristine condition. It's, again, a very nice weight to it, and it's just very solidly made. It's a piece, and measurement-wise, you can see at the very top, it is a bud vase. This would not hold much more than a couple of stems. because the opening is only 3/4 of an inch across. So the whole top is like an inch, but the glass is fairly thick. So the opening is actually relatively small. And height, you are looking at just a smidge over 8 inches. So I guess I've sold these before, and I decided to just do it something differently and sell it at a live sale today. So this is, again, when people talk about controlled bubble, can't get much of a better definition of that. One single piece smack in the center of a beautifully made Steuben vase. So it looks like Lori is at the top at 35. So I'll start the countdown. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are out.
Love it. That would be great with your swung glass collection too, I think.
Yeah. And I like clear glass. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you put the right
lot of people
colors in that, it showcases a lot.
There's the bid in, so it will go to Lori for 35.
Great. Thank you so much, Lori.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away and get a thing of water. And people were asking, I am having a sale this evening on Yvonne Thrifty Rich's channel. I made a mistake and said it was at 5 Eastern, but it's actually 6 Eastern, 5 Central. I'm horrible at the time. Anyway, time's getting ready to change again, but anyway, okay. So, and it's a glowy sale. So it's all glowy glass or glowy things. All right, so my next item is another piece of vintage advertising. It is this, I love this. I love the color for one, and it is this lovely 1930s green. Two-toned, it's like a forest green with that lovely kind of limey sage green. This is never been opened. It still has all the original contents. It is the original paper label. You could even see the 2 different colors on her little dress too. Like the dress is a little bit lighter green, but this is Babo. Enamel and porcelain cleaner. It's basically like a scouring powder. I love this because I think since it still does have the lid, it's a great riser. So you could, like you can put another little piece of vintage advertising on it, or a paperweight, or something else can go on top of that. But it is the original paper label. This was canned in New York, especially prepared for cleaning and polishing all enamelware and porcelain fixtures in the home, for bathtubs, basins, lined sinks, drain boards, tile floors, tile walls, and painted walls. Will not scratch fixtures or harm the hands. Don't open this and use it is what don't do any of that. It's purely a piece of advertising to add to your display. And Enamour Amy, I'm starting in at $14. Misty, just gonna talk and not tell people price. It's a tiny person, but it's a little girl. Enamour Amy has an amazing, she has a whole little display in her house, all of cute little vintage cleaning supplies. Like she's got little miniature brooms. She looks so sad. My mother's making me clean this sink with this chemical. Look at her little feet. I love this kind of stuff. Sash, I see you at 16. Yeah, I know. I sometimes will forget to put in my bid. The only issue with the label is you can see right up here where it's just starting to come off of the cardboard on the can. But I love it. It's something unusual. And the fact that it's never been used, it's never been opened. This was just like new old stock. And I'm going to say this is probably from the 1920s would be my guess. Maybe 1930s. All right, Sash, I see you at 20. Oh, she did post it. Oh, that's right, she did. And if you're a member of my Facebook sharing page, Amy did post a picture of her little displays. It's so cute. It makes me want to have a cleaning display. And then I'm selling some of mine, but Misty wants to live in an RV eventually, so Misty has to sell some of her things. All right, so Sash is at 20. I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. It's got the embossment on the top. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Well, Kristen, you're in the right place because all of us like this stuff, and sometimes people don't quite understand why we like the things that we do. And they don't have to understand it because we like it. All right, so waiting on the bid end. Anne's Attic, it's yours for $21. Thank you so much. And I will add that to your items that you got from me yesterday. Thank you, Anne. Or Anne's Attic. I don't even know if that's your real name, Anne, but thank you.
All right, I'm going to move into another piece of ephemera. So I got a few pieces of ephemera here. So
Wow.
if you know my channel, I do some specialty programs, research programs with Katie and also Nate from Soul Nate. I did a Tales from the Triptych on World's Fairs.
Mm-hmm.
And what this is a piece from the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. So Century of Progress Exposition.
Love that font.
So what this was the Pantheon de la Guerre. It was a very large building, and it had a painting that was painted as kind of like a cyclorama of the World War and war heroes. So this is going to start at $20 because this is not common, because what we have here is the handout. Unfortunately, somebody decided to give it to Nathan and write his name on there.
Oh, man.
But
Nathan, you ruined it. No, you didn't really ruin it.
You basically have, this is going to be very difficult for me to showcase, but what you have is a magazine brochure that's basically talking about the cyclorama. But inside of it, you have folded 12 panels that are each 9.5 inches wide. So we have over 108 inches of the actual panorama. So what I have to figure out is I had not considered how I was going to show this. So we're going to show it to you vertically. We're going to show it to you vertically because I won't be able to show it without it, because it's mounted into the book. So we're going to, let's see, I'm going to pull it from the back so you can see. This is what you're receiving.
Oh, wow.
So there's the edge of it, and it's a continuously printed frieze that represents the cyclorama. It is mounted in the book, so you can keep it in the book and just refer to it. And then the text within the book describes the different panels, so you know what is actually being shown, what is being honored by the cyclorama itself, and what people came to see at the World's Fair, the Chicago World's Fair.
I gotta say, I like it just to use that cover art, and I would frame it. I mean, I wouldn't take it apart. You can put it in a frame as is. I love that. I love
and even
that.
with Nathan's name on there, it's
I
still
don't care about you, Nathan. I still like it.
It's just it's of its era, all from 1933.
Absolutely.
And there's a couple condition issues given its age, so you got a little bit of a mark on the back. But even on the inside, you even got some graphics. Like this, basically an advertisement for the French shipping line. So you've got this awesome graphic. I'd hate to see it cut apart, but again,
I wouldn't. I would display.
You would frame all kinds of these pieces, or change what you have on display at any given time. So it is a little pamphlet, and it has the full cyclorama represented inside of it. So that is my addition from the ephemera of the World's Fair. It looks like Heather is picking that. It's the top bidder right now from Antique Agenda. We'll go ahead and do the countdown. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that closes that. We'll watch for the bid end. Looks like Anne's Attic jumped to 21.
And she said her name is actually Anne.
So there we go. Good. But it's good to ask, because sometimes that's the name of the dog or the kid, or the grandmother.
All right. So Antique Agenda, it is yours for 22.
All right. Great. Thank you, Heather. Thanks for picking that up.
Mike, you were just under the bid end.
Sorry, Mike.
All right, so my next item, I think I saw Shannon in here, but Shannon really likes her squirrels, so she might like this little Enesco squirrel. This is well, he he used to have a fuzzy tail, but he no longer does have. He's just got a little nubbin of his tail left, so it would have had like rabbit fur all over him. But I love that he's holding. Well, you're really not going to see very well, so let's see if you can see with this black. No, let's see if you can see it with the white. Kind of. You can see the top of his little acorn is like a sage green. So it's just a subtle little pop of green. But he is an Enesco bank. He does have his stopper, and there's where you put your little coin slot in. I like that he has his little whiskers. They are just like you can feel them, they're like little whiskers. And I love the shape of his eyes. So cute little thing to just add to a shelf. And unfortunately, I wish he still had his fuzz. And the reason why I know that he did, because you can feel a little bit of the glue, and you can see a little bit of fuzz just barely there hanging on. Yep, he has whiskers. He is a cute. I think that he's a squirrel. Maybe he's a chipmunk, but I'm
Cutie.
kind of thinking that he's a squirrel. Oh, I didn't tell you what he was gonna. I'm starting him at $12. There we go. $12. I'll put him on his little. You want to go
So
for a
Jay was
ride?
commenting that she has that problem. Harper's Things is the business and Harper's the cat, not her.
Yes.
So.
Well, it's just like antiques from Karen. Everyone calls her Karen, but that was her mother's name.
Yeah.
Her name is Jan. You can call me Thrifter and Junker all you want, because that's what I am. I identify with that.
Call me Trusty.
Right? We can identify with it. All right. So Linda Lee, I see you at 14. Jay and Trisha is Sandy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Oh, wait. No. Linda Lee, you had the first 14. All right. Now, Linda, you're at 16. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start counting our little squirrel friend down. Oh, you can see his little fingernails on his feet, too.
Those long
15.
eyelashes. He's
Yeah.
a cutie.
He is. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. He doesn't have any chips or anything wrong with him. He just doesn't have his fur on his tail. Which honestly, it was probably pretty rough, and somebody, decided to just take the fur off. All right. So Linda Lee had a just in case of 20. Christine Benson had a just in case of 23. So Christine, he is yours for $21. Thank you so much. Christine, gotcha.
All right. My next item is actually going to be a quick claim item. One of the things that I like in a lot of what I have in my personal collection, as well as what I like to be able to resell, gets into the industrial stuff. And we're going to get into some copperware. So what these are copper dipping ladles, which are alcohol related. So we've got one for Brandy.
Brandy, she's a fine girl.
So you knew Amber from college or from high school. Now you know Brandy. We see what Brandy's been up to. Got one for rum. And you have the largest one is for whiskey without the E, which makes it, I think with the E, is that the one that's Irish? I can't remember.
I don't know.
So anyway, I believe these are American made, although they're not marked. In an ideal world, you'd have some way of hanging them because they do have a hook on the end. Size wise, again, you've got the largest one is the whiskey, middle one is the rum, and then the smallest one is the brandy. They definitely have as the patina to it. I did not polish these.
I wouldn't.
I do. I kind of go.
You go back and forth.
Yeah, it's like it kind of depends on what it is. These I think are pretty cool, not polished, but I wouldn't use them. So like if you actually want to serve them, then you may want to clean them up. But
I wonder, will they set, like if you laid them long with on, like if you had like a long table, could you set them up and then? No, well, no. I think that they probably would be better hung.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely put them in something that would hold them upright. You could put them, I guess, upside down, but then the label would be upside down.
They might look nice in a big tall crock.
Yeah, I mean, this is just getting into industrial decor. To me,
Yeah.
this would be something would
Did you give me
either,
a price?
yeah, set it back. This is gonna be quick to claim. So
Oh,
this
that's
is
right.
so this is gonna be $25. You get the full set of 3.
Wow.
Yeah, $25. And there is one of them has a
Thank you,
dent.
Angela.
And clearly it's not major because I can't find it. There it is. The whiskey one has a dent. So it's probably dropped, I would assume.
Hey, Sherry, they're
So
$25. He hasn't given the number yet.
right.
That's how much
Yeah, I'm
they are.
sorry. So this is just going to be quick to claim. So the first person to give me the letter C for copper. So the first person to give me C gets them for $25.
All right. And so that is going to be Angela H.
All right.
I think that they would look neat in a, like if you, almost like in a bouquet, like in a
Well, I
long.
was gonna say, even if you were to put them in one of the
Yeah.
spots up
Yeah.
here, the handle side down, so that this is what's sticking
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Like you
That's what
said,
I would do
it'd
with
be
them.
like a bouquet. So
Yeah.
it looks like that was popular. Glad
Yeah.
people were interested in it, and congratulations, Angela H.
Because then you could add some other florals or greenery and stuff with it. So I think that would be cute. I like those. All right. So my next item is a lot of 2, and you will get both of them. I'm starting them at $15, and they are Frankoma. They're exactly the same. These are Frankoma, the Roadrunner mugs. He is on a mission. They are marked Frankoma. Oops. They're on the bottom. They are the tan and brown glaze. You will get the set, and they are both in. Let me just double check. No, okay. I thought one of them had a little boober, and I'll show you that. One of them has a little boober right there. You can see where it's been probably clinked up against something, and some of the enamel has come off. That's the only issue with them, but you will get both of them in this lot. Angie, I see you at 15. But Frankoma is just classic, and Frankoma is becoming much more popular these days. This one has, you can see that kind of has like a yellow line. That's the glaze. That's the way that it was glazed. So that's Frankoma did that. Frankoma put that, and it's, you can see a little bit of the yellow on that side too. Yeah, they're very Arizona, very Southwest because of the, you can see the cactuses in the background, the saguaro cactus in the background. I love the feel of Frankoma as well.
And they're made in Oklahoma, so
Yeah.
that's where they get some of that look is fairly common to do that.
Yeah.
And that's the red clay, so the Sapulpa clay.
Very pretty. I have a Frankoma piece that's shaped like a seashell, and I love it. And it's one of those things too that I just like looking at it. It's on my shelf here at the shop, and I can't bring myself to sell it yet because I like it. All right, so Angie is at $15 for the set. I'm going to go ahead and start counting these down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Marilyn said Frankoma is 20 miles from me in Tulsa. You've never seen these.
I like the
like
feet. I've never seen the base like that before. I've seen
Yeah.
Roadrunner designs, but I've never seen the base on those mugs.
Yeah, they're a little different. I've had these for a while. In fact, I have a whole lot of things that I was going to do a static sale on Instagram of like travel, and I never did. So I pulled these out of that box.
Funny how
So
that sometimes happens.
it does.
The best laid
Susan,
plans.
Susan S., they both are yours for $17. Thank you so much. And Patrick.
And once again, bringing another piece of glass to the sale. This is a big boy. This is heavy, and it is gorgeous. It has this great bottle green glass. It does not fluoresce.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it has the gold accents. So let's see, how can I show this? You can see that where the accents are, you actually have the glass has been molded so that what that gold is doing is it's accenting the mold of how it's pressed. So it is pressed glass. You can feel a seam is this mold line is right here. So it was not fire polished off, but it went into the mold itself and you can't feel it there. So kind of like medium quality. I'm starting this at bidding at $10. I could
Wow.
not find this. Saul's asking if it's Blanco. I think it's older than
Well, I do
Blanco.
too.
I mean,
It
I'm
doesn't
putting
get
this as
old.
over 100 years old. I'm putting this at like teens. What was your thought?
Well, I don't think that it's Blanco either, and I'm thinking that it's an older piece too. I'm just I don't I use pictures as vases.
Yeah.
I do, and I think that that is such a beautiful thing that you can put different colors in for different. I'm always thinking of things from a design aesthetic, but
And
yeah,
no cat will ever knock this over.
no, no, no.
This
But
thing is heavy. Like this is going to
poinsettia
be over a pound by itself.
poinsettias in that at Christmas time. I think lilies in it for this time of year. The tulips that you can get on Amazon.
Yeah.
I think that there are so many different things that you could do with that. You could use it too. You could serve
Oh,
lemonade or
absolutely.
water out of it.
Because the gold accents, there's some here along the edges that also go into the mold lines, but there's no gold at the lip. So yeah, you could
Yeah.
absolutely use this as a functional without worrying about the wear. But I
Gabby thinks it
agree.
looks Italian.
Okay, I agree that it's a pitch. It would be great for a vase. It's a
Oh
really
yeah.
nice size, a really nice size bouquet, and it's such a nice solid piece. It's not going to be wobbly,
Yeah.
even if you put a really big or tall bouquet into it. And that's what I liked about it too, Sierra. The rim is just the details behind this were so cool.
Yeah.
So I do believe there's some age to it. I hadn't considered it was Italian made because I thought it was American made, just a lot older. It's got the applied glass rim. Most of the gold is in really good condition, but you've got a couple, have a little bit of wear on those. Steph saying she thought these were vases because that's what her mom
Yeah.
used them.
Same. Same. We
Absolutely.
always use them as vases. Oh, zinnias
Because
was
this filled with a beverage would be pretty dang heavy. Like this would be your workout for the day. Like it'd be at like 5 pounds once you filled this with water. It's a great piece, and and I should give this the measurement. So from tip to handle, kind of like its widest point, you're looking at 7 inches, and from base to the top of the spout, because that's kind of the tallest part, that's 9.5 inches. And again, you can kind of tell, like the glass is thick. Like this is a pretty hefty piece. It is, again, it's molded, not blown. So the whole thing was formed, but it is an applied handle, and it's in great shape. There's no cracks, there's no chipping or anything where the handle, because that handle's doing its job. So it looks like we've got Claudette at 35.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go ahead and do the countdown from here. There you go. Kim, this is one of your weapons. It has a handle to hold on to it. You could do some damage with this baby.
You could.
So it's countdown: 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will finish that off. And looks like
Georgia is at
Georgia
39.
39. I lost my feed.
Okay, now we've got Tammy has a just in case of 40. Lois has a just in case of 46. We need a bit of 47 or more. Okay, so Lois had the highest just in case of 46.
Well,
Claudette
no,
put
looks
in
like,
a just.
did Claudette's make it in time?
Yep, it did. She put in a just in case of 50, so it will go to Claudette for 47.
Right. Okay. I would have figured that one out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Maybe next time I'll let you figure it out. I'll just sit
No,
here.
I was trying to keep up with you, and then I'm like, but then because I'm not sure how Restream does the chat, and I lost my YouTube chat, I was
I
afraid that
have
maybe
my
she
cell
missed it.
phone.
So
I have my cell phone right next to me, so I'm looking at it because that's what everybody else is seeing. So I've learned. Well, I don't always learn because sometimes I still look at the Restream and I say the wrong name, and everyone's like, "Wait."
yeah, people will correct you. That I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, Claudette.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I love that. I love that it was molded. That's very unusual. Okay. My next item is this. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I have to pull something else. I thought I was pulling off the lid And I was like, something fell out of this. Well, it sure did. Oh, this makes me so mad.
Oh.
It was an Empoli
Oh.
Dachshund decanter. But look, I was like, something, his nose. His nose
Oh
broke off.
no.
Okay,
So was
so
it an applied nose or was it just chipped
no,
off?
it just broke
Oh.
off. And it has,
Oh.
okay. Well, we're gonna set him aside. And I'll pull something else here in a minute. And we'll go to this. That just makes me mad.
That's a bummer.
Okay, so I love this. Love this. It honestly doesn't take really much to make me happy, but you throw me some good font and a very Art Deco and Art Nouveau design on some advertisements, and I'm all about it. So this
Gorgeous.
is Artista watercolors made in New York. Look at how pretty that is. Okay, so now the inside of it is a hot mess. I mean, it's a hot mess, as most watercolor. Now, I have not tried, these are watercolor. So you could take like a baby wipe or a napkin with water, and you could probably clean that off a little bit. I'm going to leave that up to you because honestly, this is the story I like on it. I would leave it just as it is. So I will leave that up to you. But it is this beautiful royal blue. And I love this. So I am starting, well, I have my other price of my dog on there. I'm starting this at $14. I absolutely now, if you like to change out your displays for different times of the year, a lot of people will do like a back to school display. And so this would be perfect. I also think it would be great for 4th of July, just simply because of that royal blue color. This is metal. And it is history. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I leave it. And I might even raise this up and display it and put like something else in here. I'm weird like that, but I like it. Watercolors, you can see it does have the trademark of their Benny and Smith Incorporated. Katie, I see you at 25. Yeah, these are good paints. They also make like paint pens, I think. Now they're still in existence today. All right, Kristen, nope. Now, well, wait a minute. Okay, now, Kristen, I see you at 28 because I thought you outbid yourself. I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down. Katie Girl is at 29. Here we go. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Sash, I see you at 30. Let's see. Katie had a high bid of 32. Sash had a just in case of 35. And there is the bid end. So they will go to Auntie Sash for $33. Thank you so much, Sash. And thank you everybody for your bids. I'm going to have to go pull something. I'm going to get you started, Patrick, and then I'll pull something else.
All right. This one's going to start at the bidding at 15. So if you want to put that in, then we'll go. So what I've got coming up next is a kind of a mixed lot of barware. So we're going to start with little corkscrew girl. I'm assuming it's a girl. Made out of wood. I don't think I would trust her arms to actually use it as the corkscrew, but that's what she was designed to do. She's got a little wooden hat on top. She's actually in really great condition. She's got a little bit of paint loss right there along the edge. I've seen some of these, and I don't know if she necessarily was part of this, but I've seen some of these in this style, like these little people where they're all a set of bar tools that sit on a bench. And so I think she might have actually sat on something, and that's why there's a little bit of wear, right along.
She did. She would have came. There was a whole set of them, and they had like
a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only have her. So I decided to combine her, and I'm sorry, it is an offer starting at 15. Sorry, Gabrielle. Okay. So I'm letting Misty run off and find something else to sell. So she's part of the set. So she's one piece. The second piece, I didn't have the nifty bottle opener, so I'm going to put in a little vintage bottle opener. This is Tap Boy bottle opener. Vaughn's Tap Boy, made in Chicago. So a little home brewed bottle opener and church key. But the bulk of the set is the tray. So we have
Ooh.
a fantastic
Wow. I
graphic.
love oh my gosh. I love that, Patrick.
So we've got all the way around. So we've got the creme de menthe frappe. We've got a Tom Collins,
Oh, look at
and all these
her.
are recipes. So then we've got the little woman, next to that. We've got a Manhattan. We've got an Angel's Kiss
Oh,
and
he's going all in.
an old fashioned, and a dry martini. So all the way
Wow.
around, it's decorated really only on the inside. The outside is just solid black. So you don't have anything along the bottom of the tray. It is a serving tray. Look, there's my glass collection again. You don't have any decor. So it's really designed here. So for me, if you want to use it as a functional tray, great. But this goes back just like Misty's talc tin. It's a great backdrop for a vintage bar display. So you've got this absolutely amazing graphics on here. I had a hard time dating it because it was manufactured for a while. I will try and zoom in to the very center. There's a little bit, the red is the part of the stem, but you can see there's some white. There's a little bit of paint loss, just kind of like in the center portion of it. So overall, the paint on the individual drinks pieces, I didn't really find any major issues, but smack there in the middle, and I think what that might have been is where the price tag had been once upon a time. So the paint kind of flaked off. The back has a couple of scratches. So you can see it's showing basically it's going to prove its age because a couple of them have already started to rust.
Yeah, and
But
it was used. I
yeah,
mean,
this is definitely a functional tray, and it's actually a nice size. And what's nice is if you kind of hold it this way, the inside of the rim, so the outside's not decorated, but the inside is decorated with all the fruit.
mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah, I
just
would
have
say
this.
the late 1950s, early 1960s would be
That would
my
be
guess.
my guess. So yes, the rest of those, I mean, as it has the recipes. So fill 3/4 of pony glass with creme de cacao on this float heavy cream, top off with cherry on a toothpick. So all of those drinks, and then it also shows what type of glass they were supposed to be served in. So I just think multifunctional.
I love
So
it.
you get the tray, you
Hi,
get the little
Minnie.
girly bottle opener, and you get the church key, and it is currently at 30, Gabrielle Lish. So we'll start the countdown on this one. So we're at 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I
So
love
that
that.
is the barware lot.
A collection that I'm thinking I'm going to start selling off little bit by bit is all my wooden salty and peppies. I have so many
Oh,
of them.
yeah.
But all right, Gabby had a just in case of 50, but you didn't need it, Gabby. You get that great lot for $30.
Fantastic. That was a great buy. Excellent, Gabrielle. Hope you
I
enjoy it.
love that. Okay, so yes, the poodle decanter of the nose has broken off. So it's just going to go in my collection of misfits. But I did pull another piece of advertisement. I love this. So, and again, and I pulled it because we had the paint box. So this is will be like the same realm of, school supply lot kind of thing. So I'm going to start it at $15. And it is this beautiful alpha dustless crayon chalk box. Now, again, I leave it just as I found it. I like it. Now I would wipe it off, and I will wipe it off before I set it too. I just pulled it off my shelf, but I'll clean it off a little bit. But if you wanted to wax it, I'll leave that up to you. But I love the font on it. There is some pitting on the top of it there, but I'll show you each side. Time tested school supplies, and the teacher in me I like school supply things. This was made in Weber Costello Company, Chicago Heights, Illinois. Time tested school supplies. I love chalk boxes. You can pop the lid off, and there's the inside. You could stash whatever it is that you'd like to stash on the inside. But the beautiful thing about these is that you can use them, you can display them like this. You can display them like this, use it as a riser, and put more items on it. And I see you at 17. And I need to ask Dad. He uses, I think he uses Minwax on the the advertising pieces. It drives him nuts. He can't stand it when I'm like, I'm gonna sell it as it is. What? No, I'm gonna sell it as it is. I like to leave it like this. So anti-sash, I see you at 25.
Well, the nice thing
And
is you can sell it as it is, so those who like the rusty and crusty can
right.
keep it. But if you polish it, you can't re-crusty it.
You can't recrust. Right, right. And it all depends on people's aesthetic too, and that's fine. That's why I kind of like leave it, but it just drives him nuts. But my dad was, he was an antique dealer in the height of the 80s and 90s. And so at that time, you refinished your furniture. You made it, you shined all of your stuff. You made it look as it once was. So all right, so Katie girl, I see you at 28. Gabby, I don't know. I'll have to ask Dad. I'll have to ask Dad. He uses gasoline a lot too, and I know that I don't want to get into that whole discussion, but this is just like old tricks that Dad has used that I don't know that they're the right way, but it's just the way that he has done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and count this down. Katie's at 28. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Bid end. Or you could use it as a drum if you are so inclined. But yeah, I remember as a kid, like the smell of strip, like paint strip and gasoline. I'd smell that when I'd come home off the school bus all the time.
I wonder how long a gross of chalk would last. Like that's a lot of chalk that would fit.
That's a lot of chalk.
144 pieces of chalk. And does that last a school year? Does that 5 school years?
I don't know. And another thing as a child, I remember, do y'all remember as an elementary school, at the end of the day, if you stayed a little bit later, like I rode the late bus, you got to go down to the janitor's closet and run the erasers through the cleaner. Does anybody
I don't
remember
remember
the
that. I remember like
a
banging the
machine.
erasers together, but I don't remember a
Yeah.
little
But we had a
automated.
machine. This was back in the early 80s. All right, so Sash had a just in case of 35, and I'm gonna make sure that I see the bid in. Right, okay. And then Katie Girl had a just in case of 40, so it will go to Katie for $36. Thank you
Oh,
so
and
much.
Auntie Sash is pointing out it would have gone to all the kids because they would have had their own slates. So
Yeah, okay.
that's why you would need that. Because I was like, that's a lot of chalk.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're going back into the 80s as well, possibly 90s. I have really had no way of dating this, but we got my last piece of glass that I've got for the sale, and it is a big boy. So
wow.
we have a purple and gold. We brought it in for you, Tiger, but purple happens to be my favorite color as well. So we've got this purple base vase with an amber gold trim and an amber gold vase or base. It has the ponto mark on it. So this was blown. And if you look and the lights are picking up pretty nicely, you can see the quilt design. So this is going to be offer up starting at 20. So it is a solid color at the very top. And then you can see like pretty near the top is where that quilt design first starts.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first picked it up, there was a couple of conversations like, well, how was this done? Was that itself the mold, or was this somehow added like while it was still molten? I do not find any seam lines on this. So I do not, and anti-sash I ship from Chicago. So I don't see any seam lines where this, this might be, one of these might have been a seam line, but they pressed it in.
Yeah.
So you have like a big vertical line, but it's not like it's a mold line. So I'm not sure. The age of this, I don't know who made it. It is not signed. It just has this really cool aesthetic, and it is big. We've got another weapon going on here. A little harder to hold, but the top is 5 1/4 inches across, and it is just a little bit over 13 inches tall. So we have a decent size on this.
I think peacock feathers, or so it's like some feathers out of that. I don't know.
This screams like you put peacock feathers in this.
Yeah,
it's tall enough to be a floor vase. I mean, 13 inches tall, you could definitely pull this up and have peacock feathers coming out of it, cat tails, like whatever
Yeah.
you want. It's a pretty heavy size. And if you look at the base size, I measured the top was 9. Actually, I didn't measure the base. So the base is almost the same. The base is just under 6. So not quite as wide as the top, but what I love is the fact that it was blown. So this was
Mhm.
either blown into a mold or blown and worked in a team environment that as it was cooling, they pressed this pattern into the
Wow.
edge, and it just gives it this cool effect, and it reflects light in a super unique way.
Mhm.
So if you have this, again, this was sitting on my television table for a while. As the light changed direction in the room, you saw different aspects of this piece. It's
Pretty.
just a beautiful, beautiful piece. So just don't know how old it is. I'm going to say it's like more on the contemporary size of like 80s, 90s, as opposed to 20s or 30s, but it's glass. They've been making glass the same way for a really long time.
Yeah.
So, but aesthetic wise, I'm thinking, what do you think, Misty?
I say it's probably 90s, 80s, maybe 90s. It's going very much for that Hollywood Regency kind of style
Yeah, the
look.
color combination is also why I put it. I think it's pre 2000, but it could be
Yeah,
later.
I do too. I think
It's
it's
just hard to
beautiful.
know. But you're just buying it because of it looks cool.
Yeah,
And I've never, and nobody I've shown this to has ever seen that design someplace else. Somebody else said it looked like a quilt pattern built into it. Um,
I like it.
it's just a cool piece. So it looks like Karen's got it right now at 35. Weight
Mhm.
wise, I would say by itself, this is about 2 pounds, if
Mm,
not 3. So
that's
again,
not too bad.
it's a big boy. It's
Yeah,
it's gonna be sturdy, but
I
it's also
figured
going
it'd
to
be
cost some to
heavier than
ship.
that.
Yeah, so it's not horrible, but it's you can see the glass is a pretty decent thickness. So maybe three
Love it.
pounds. So countdown 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
So Sash has a just in case of 40. Lois has a just in case of 45. So that means 40 is where the just in case, that's the highest just in case, right? Or the lowest just in case. And then there is the bid in. So that will go to Lois for
Lowe's for
$41.
41.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You
41,
did
right?
it. Yeah,
Yes.
41.
Okay. I said at the same time you did. I'm like, oh wait, what did I say?
No, nope, nope. You did it. You
I
did it.
figured it out.
Yay. All right. So my next item is this fun. And I put my little helpers in here. Again, I get all of mine from Michael's. Um, you the nice thing about Michael's is like the stuff, like the spring stuff is on sale right now. This is kind of more fall, but I had it in my stash, but I like the way that it looks in this little poodle planter. But I'll pull it out so we can see that there's no chips, cracks, or flaws on it. I'm going to start the bids at $14. This is made by OPCO, which is Ohio Pottery Company. It's a nice American-made, chonky piece of pottery. There's no damage on it, and it's just a fun little dancing poodle. But I like the little florals in it. But no, it's not big enough not big enough for a cell phone in today's standards. But makeup brushes obviously would look really pretty in here. Just a fun little poodle. I like the colors on it as well. I think it's great for spring. But you could also put a little Santa Claus hat on him and make him a little Christmas poodle if you wanted to. But no chips or cracks, and he stands at his tallest point, 5.5 inches tall. It's a fancy poodle. It's been to the groomer. It's taken care of itself. Yeah. Okay. So the first one I see is Paprika's Closet. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start counting him down. So get your bids ready if you're interested in him. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yes, or a little Easter bonnet, right? I like how he's kind of like three-dimensional. You can they've sculpted it really pretty nice. Paprika's Closet, I see you at 20. And waiting. And there's the bid in. So Paprika's Closet, he is yours for $20. Thank you so much.
All right, so we're coming down to the last couple of items.
Yep.
This is my last quick claim item. So this is just like a little fun thing that I had picked up and I thought might be popular on this show.
Oh my goodness.
What it is it's the top of the Play-Doh box. So unfortunately, I don't have the box. I don't have the actual Fun Factory, but check out the atomic starbursts in the background. So this is probably hitting in the 60s. You got Fun Factory Play-Doh, little boy, little girl with, who all remembers the little extruder.
Yes. Oh,
and all,
yes.
and all the little molds. And it looks like they're making a bracelet or something out of the twist. Yeah, she's making the bracelets. He's using the little extruder, making like iron girders or something. And then check out the little pixie on, I don't remember it, Play-Doh having an elf. So
no, but I want that can now, Patrick.
Now you have to go find that can. So all this is the box. So you can see on the edges, it looks like somehow this would have been, somehow taped onto the sides. And once upon a time, you can see there's a little bit of or residue of an old tape that probably held the box together. I just thought it was fun.
I love that somebody kept that though, and I love that you've now have rescued it.
Absolutely, and I'm hoping it's not my aesthetic, so I'm not going to frame it, but it is 10 inches by 7 inches. So find an 8x10 frame with a black construction paper behind it, and this thing will just pop like all get out. So just kind of a little fun thing that I decided to pick up. Like I said, I love ephemera. I love just finding weird stuff like this. So this is a quick claim.
1960.
Nice. So this is a quick claim item. It's going to be $8. So $8 for the little frame. You can't have it, Misty. You know the number. Before everybody else does.
I'm anxious to see who gets it though, and I'm happy for them.
Give me the letter F for Fun Factory. So first person that gives you the letter F will get this for $8. Did anybody eat Play-Doh as a kid? I think we probably all ate Play-Doh as a kid,
and
whether on purpose or by accident.
Sash gets it. Yay, yay. It's so cool. Can't you smell Play-Doh? You can smell
it. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You knew it was a good day. Like, I taught preschool for years, and the kids would get so excited. And sometimes, you're in a transition time, and you're like, you need to get something ready for your next, activity. You just get some Play-Doh out, and it keeps them all happy and keeps them all busy.
So thank you, Auntie Sash, for picking that up.
That's great. So my next item is a little something that, Patrick and I both like the theater, and we like, to do anything that's involved in the theater, musicals and that kind of stuff. So I brought these to the sale kind of in honor or in for Patrick. And I think that he will like these two. Well, for one, they're ephemera, and two, they're these little miniature movie bills, and you will get all of them. There are 12 of them in this lot. Now, Patrick, I don't know. They're from Lincoln and Grand Theaters in Robinson, Illinois. I don't know where that's at, but here we have. Who are you, Jane Hauer? I don't know you, Jane, but you're pretty. But I love that they're miniature. Oh, I'm going to start the lot. You'll get all of them, and I'm going to start them at $16. But you open them up, and it has all of the upcoming movies that are going to be showing
fun.
At we have Forenza's Lincoln Theater. Yeah, and then Forenza's Grand Theater. But they're kind of like all, like, a lot of them are B movies, which I like. Of course, we do have Douglas Fairbanks, the Swatter, and Scooter Hey. So there is the first one, and then we have Betty Grable, which I love. So we've got Betty Grable, and they're all like different colors. Haver, thank you, Deb. They're all different colors, and they all have a different set of movies there on the inside. When my baby smiles back at me, Betty Grable. Sorry, wrong number. And then here we have Cary Grant. Are you Cary Grant? I think you're Cary Grant. Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks like him.
Look, and then we have Sunbeam. Ah, who is that? What does that say? I thought
Suzanne
it was
Hayward.
okay. I was like Sunbeam. They didn't use those names back in these days. But I love this one because it has the last days of Pompeii on the back. Ooh, that was a little risque. And then Patrick, do you know who this guy is? I don't know. Is this cat? That's not cat.
Is that Robinson? Edward G. Robinson?
I don't know. There's Ren 1010. So I think that these are all Alan Ladd. That was Alan Ladd.
Okay.
That was Alan Ladd. Yep, you're right, Matt.
Gotcha.
Mike. Alan Ladd. And then we have Tyrone Power. Such a handsome guy. I mean, I love this stuff. Now, you could just like kind of put these out in an ephemera bowl. You could put them all together and frame them, but each of them do have on the inside. Oh, look, this one has the Invisible Man.
Oh, nice. And the Invisible Man returns. Get a built-in
Both.
sequel.
And
Twofer.
then this is Rita Hayworth.
That'd be an Invisible Man. You just put that one out for Halloween. Like you could just like
Right.
theme all of these out.
You could.
The loved ones for Valentine's Day. You've got all kinds of stuff.
And then we have Angel, and these are the ones I like. The B movies. I think the B movies are more on the back, but I
Jigs
like
and Maggie in Society.
right. Okay, Daniel. I love my little tacky ray of sunshine. Daniel said Robinson is southwestern Illinois, which is about an hour south. So next we have. Oh my gosh, I cannot read this. I have to put it up here. Olivia D. Yeah, there she is. And on the back, I mean, we can open them up, but I'm just going to show you the front and the back. But they do all have images on the back. We have Abbott, and Costello, which I absolutely love. And then here, I think that this is. Are you Douglas Fairbanks? I don't know.
Not sure on that one.
Man,
Catherine bumps up to 25, or Anti-Sash at 28 now.
28. And then we have Masquerade in Mexico and Wild Country. I wish that there was a year, but they are marked like in months. So now we have Jane Wyman. Or Wyman, sorry. She's got look at her ring. And then we have got the Heckered Coat and the American Empire.
Oh, Errol Flynn was the one.
Oh, Errol.
According to Mike
yes.
and Giselle.
It's the mustache. I just immediately go.
It should have been a giveaway. Yep.
With the mustache. Then we have Lana Turner. She lived through some scandals in her life. We've got the Black Eagle and Lost Canyon on that side. And then the last one is Gary Cooper.
Oh, nice.
So you'll get all of them. Like I said, there are 12. Great little mini.
I love other different colors. That's great.
I do too. All right. So I see now Catherine is at 30. Hi, Erin. How are you doing today? All right. So here we go. Catherine is at 30. I'm going to start counting down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Gosh, wasn't Rita Hayworth married to Andy Rooney?
Which is I don't know.
Weird combination. All right, Anti-Sash, I see you have a just in case of 45. And there's the bid end. So Anti-Sash, they go to you for 31. Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she had some scandal. That is for sure.
All right. So if I counted correctly, this is our last item.
Yep.
All right. So this is my last item, and it happens to be my last piece of jewelry. So this again was picked up specifically at the suggestion of Katie. She encouraged me to expand my horizons a little bit. So this is a great enameled background along with the stones. This is going to be an offer up starting at $10. And this has beautiful stones all around the middle. the stones of the large petals on the front layer, and then the enameled petals on the back layer. Then you also have the enamel of the stem, and the stem has 3 little stones, pink stones,
Wow.
built into the actual, kind of like a,
That's beautiful.
it's kind of like, I guess it's still part of the stem because it's green, but it's like a little ribbon that's kind of
Yeah.
spinning there. As I was showing it really close, looks like one of the stones might be off color. I'm gonna check really quick under my loop, make sure it's not missing, because I didn't notice it before.
Brooch, Daniel?
Now, it looks like it's there. Just there's one that's slightly darker color than the others. So you can see right in the middle at the bottom, there's one that's kind of a dead stone that's got a much darker color than the pinks and the rest of them. But it does appear that the stone is there. It's just a slightly different color. But you can see that the long marquee shaped ones are prong set. So it's really nicely made. The enamel is in absolutely perfect condition. There's no chips anywhere around the edges. And it has the Y clasp on the back that's been riveted in, which, if Katie reminds me, Katie reminded me this, I think, puts it into the 50s, 60s with the Y clasp, the fact that it's riveted. So I apologize. Some of you, I was too close. So here we go. Hopefully you can see it. It is a very pale pink with a slightly brighter pink there on the background. And then just, again, some great shape. And then the way the pin brooch is set up, it would hang like that. So stem down. So looks like we've got Anne's Attic currently has it at 16. Looks like, yeah, 50s is Carolina Princess, and Katie 50s, 60s. So this is a countdown from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That closes off my last piece of jewelry.
Chris R has the high bid of 20. Lois has a bid of 21. Dave in the I know he's wanting to get it for it. He has a high bid for 35 and he gets it. Dave gets it for $22.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Sammy. All right, so I Googled and I was thinking Mickey Rooney, not Andy Rooney, and Mickey Rooney was married to Ava Gardner. That's who I was thinking.
Okay.
And I was like, that's such a weird combination.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where my brain was going. Sometimes it's a journey before we find the final destination. All right, so my last item is going to be choice. And they are 3 pieces of advertisements, and I'm going to start the bidding at $8, and you will get choice. So the first person or the highest bidder will get their choice if they want one of them or all of them, and then we'll go down from there. So I will get them all kind of ready on my little turntable, and I did put a little helper in one. So they are these little concentrate juice cans. This one's in kind of the worst shape, but I think it has the neatest graphic. And he kind of looks like he's holding his boobaloobaloobies a little bit, but he's holding a bunch of oranges. You know what? I'm just going to show them one at a time for right now. So Sharon, I see you at 8. So here, this one he's got a little rough spot right there, but it's a juice concentrate. There's a little orange, and it is the whole sun grapefruit juice. I'm sorry, I think I said orange juice, but grapefruit juice. It's also worn there. They do not have their lids on them any longer, but just adding them to your displays if you like advertisements, just putting a little greenery in it. Or these are steel, so you could actually, put some actual seeds in here and grow your own little spices or herbs in them. So there's that one. And then this one is Parkeen Pure Limeade. I love the graphics and coloring on this one as well. It's got the little glass right there. It's another steel can. Doesn't have the lid, but I love the way that this one looked with the greenery in it. So again, you can put these on your windowsill with herbs and spices and grow your own. And it just makes a fun little kitschy thing for your kitchen. And then the last one is Snow Crop Pure Orange Juice. And there's snow on these oranges because that's what happens, right? It grows great oranges in the snow, like this little polar bear says. It says they are true natural flavor, not heat treated. Again, another steel can. This one is made out of New York City. I think they all are, actually. No, this one's Florida, and this one's Florida. Go figure. The citrus, well, I guess they're all citrus, but these two are from Florida. Okay, so now I'll put them on my little carousel, and we will start the countdown, and then the highest bid will get choice. So Beth has the highest bid right now at 11. So this is choice. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Sharon has the high bid of 14 for choice. Beth, Beth, you had it just in case of 14, but 14 is the high bid right now. So Sharon Sharon, you have the highest bid of 14. Well, now Beth has now Sharon, you've got the highest bid of 16. And there's the bid end.
There's the bid end. Yeah.
So Sharon, you get choice. Do you want limeade, orange juice, or grapefruit juice? Do you want one or all of them? They will be $16 each. Just let me know, and then we'll kind of go down from there. You can have one or all of them at $16 each. This is the part where the lag is horrible because you're like,
yeah.
Especially if it's the last items. Normally I'm like, you go ahead and go, and then I'll.
And it's a hard decision. Those are all cool.
It is. So
Sharon
wants the OJ. So this one was the snow crop. So $16 for Sharon. All right. So the next person was Beth at 15. So Beth, did you want either one of these at 15? The Whole Sun or the limeade? So just let me know, Beth. Oh, let me put your bid on here, Beth. Oh, I did. Beth, do you want one? Okay. Beth wants the other two for 15. Awesome. Thank you so much. These go to Beth. Beth Stauff. All right. Put these aside, and then I will put us both on the screen so we can give some stuff away. All right. Thank you guys so much. This was fun. I knew it was going to be a fun sale. We really do appreciate you guys coming and spending your afternoon with us. Please make sure that you do send each of us your information. Like I said, we need your actual name, your YouTube name, if it's different, your full shipping address, and your PayPal email. You will be getting an invoice from me definitely by Thursday. If I do not send you an invoice by Thursday, make sure you go in and you check your spam, and just go in and check PayPal, because sometimes you don't have your notifications turned on. So check PayPal to see if you have an active invoice. Also, if you don't get an invoice from Patrick by the end of this weekend, he doesn't have your information. So make sure that you're double checking your PayPal accounts to make sure that you've received an invoice. Tiger says it's fun seeing Patrick in the daylight.
I come out of my cave, in the natural light.
I love daytime sales. Like I said, I say it a lot. I try to I lurk a lot in the evenings when I can, but I do try to keep my evenings with my family, and I try to not be on social media, even though I'm but so I am going to, and I had a discussion with him last night that I need to come to start participating in more evening sales with people so I can socialize. But I prefer the daytime sales. But yes, thank you so much to Tiger for being my right hand
thank you,
guy.
Tiger. You're great.
I love you so much. I'm looking forward to when we can hang out again. Thank you to Jay, my girl Jay, for coming in and putting in our links. Thank you to Bree for being the greatest, another great moderator. I really appreciate it. And those of you that are moderators that have been kind of keeping an eye on the chat, I appreciate you so much. It's John Bon Jovi's birthday today. Well, happy birthday, John. Oh, I love him. Thank you guys so much. On your way out, make sure that you do hit the thumbs up, and also make sure that you go over to Patrick's YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. He will be having a late night sale on Thursday night. So
tomorrow will be my last live late night chat, and then next week I'm doing a drop sale because I will be on stage during the next week. So that's the 10th, and Misty is participating in that.
I am, and I have to I need to write that down so I don't forget to do it. I'm so nervous that I'm gonna write it. Drop.
So for those who don't know, so what will end up happening is from 6 p.m. Eastern to 1 a.m. Eastern, there will be a drop on YouTube, a pre-recorded sale from however many resellers that is every half hour. So I can't remember when Misty's is, but we all have time slots. And we'll post the lists and the links, and you can jump from people sale to people sale, and you just claim things in the comments. There's no live chat, so it works a little differently. Some people like it because the lag is, you don't have to worry so much about lag. It's all quick claim, no offer ups.
It's going to be different for me. It's going to be
it's a totally different process. Some people like it, some people don't. I've only done a few, but this became a practical thing. I literally won't be able to do anything because I'll be on stage. So I'm performing in Matilda. I am Mr. Wormwood, Matilda the musical, and our opening night is the 10th. So then after that, I'll go back to Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will have a big sale on the 17th to make up for the fact I hadn't really had one in the last couple months. So
thank you so much, Patrick.
Giveaways?
For joining me. Oh yeah. Well, first I want to say, guys, at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central, I don't know what time Pacific, because I can't see. I'm going to be on Yvonne Thrifty Rich's channel, and I'm having a glowy sale. And I've got some pretty amazing things, and so does she. So hopefully you can come over and join that. So let's give something.
And Lois, yes, the drop sale is on YouTube. So everyone will host their own. So Misty will have a half an hour on hers. I'll have a half an hour on mine, and you can jump around, and maybe you'll find some new sellers that you haven't worked with before.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll do my giveaway first, Patrick.
Okay.
And then you can kind of. Okay, so my giveaway is going to be a little what are these called? A crate sticker of sweet patootie selected vegetables with this girl on it. A Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter sticker, which I do sell these. They're $5 each. If you want one, you can send me an email. And then the cute little Kreiss angry early bird single salt shaker. So the first person that bought something from me today that puts in the number 13, lucky number 13, will win today's giveaway. Lucky number 13. That is going to be Sash. You win, Sash. Yay. Congratulations. Thank you so much. All right, Patrick, you're up.
So mine, you will get, everyone who buys from me will end up getting a coaster regardless. So then I will add on top of that a vintage maxi pad. And then I'll also throw in a couple of my own vegetable crate labels that I have available that almost made it to the sale. And I bumped them for some other stuff, other ephemera. So so I had a lot of people buy from me because I had 22 people buy the mystery packs. So a lot of people are eligible for this. And the first one who has purchased from me, who enters the number 3, will be the winner of my little bonus giveaway.
Who's it gonna be for lucky number 3? Lucky number 3, Angela H.
Excellent. Congratulations, Angela H.
It's kind of fun doing it that way because you it's like you're on the edge of your seat to see who it's going to be. So it's kind of fun.
And it benefits those of you who stuck around for the entire sale. You know, some people had to leave. So you get a little bit of benefit of giving us your time. So appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you guys so much again. And thank you, Patrick, for joining in. And don't forget to send us an email, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for the invitation. Great being here. Thanks, everybody.